I am really looking forward to this, and I hope you are too. It is game time in the second semi-final. Train's going to be kicking us off. SK on the T side. Virtus Pro is going to start on the defense.
All right, guys, let's go. It's Virtus Pro versus SK, and this is going to be a big one. Once again, history in the making. First, we have to see, though, who gets that good start. Already, SK are looking to put the masses around Pop Dog. Oh, wow. There's a lot of VP support out there here, James, in the arena.
Indeed, there is. Virtus Pro waiting for SK to make their move at the moment. Minute 20, lots of time for SK to play with, again, a team who have been extremely slow in this tournament so far, and they've made it work for them. Sometimes things have gone down to the wire, sometimes things have gone wrong, but here they are in the semi-final against all the odds with Fox as their stand-in. Will this be his last match for SK? Or will it be his second last? Time will tell. A minute on the clock, Virtus Pro being made to wait.
That's a good point you make there. Both of these teams very masterful when it comes to understanding how to play the pacing game, which is there's so much in the way of mind games with that one. And SK, they are so incredibly patient. Virtus Pro not cracking at all so far, ready for anything. A very passive setup across the B bomb site, allowing themselves to give that up if they need to and play retake. But A is likely where the action is going here as SK, they wait until the last second to go for this rush.
But look at Barley and Snax' position. They are so forward. This surely will be a surprise. Can he get the headshots though? Barley getting tagged. There he goes, taken down. And Snax as well. 23 seconds, that bomb still needs to make it to the site. Molotov's going towards Connector, trying to cut off that rotation, but everyone's on the site already. Neo's made his way through the Molotov actually. There's a chance for the bomb to go down now. Fer getting picked off. 14 seconds. It's a pistol round, and SK running it down to the wire. And now it's down to Taz. Bomb's being planted, they know where he is. He could end up facing a quadruple peak. He's somewhat trapped, 10 HP now. This is surely going the way of SK. There it is, cold zero to finish things off. Great start from SK.
And you gotta love the way SK start this one off. They really want to really make Virtus Pro question what they're doing. That's such a big thing on the CT defensive train. You can often just be sitting there for so long just wondering what is going on. And it's so scary to actually try to push certain positions because you don't want to give up that first easy kill to your opposition in case they are, let's say, stacked in one of those spots that you push. So you just gotta wait. SK know that. They know that they're just making Virtus Pro wait. So what else can SK do to try to manipulate Virtus Pro on the defense? Well, Virtus Pro will be going for the Force Buy. Some Deagles coming into play, as well as a Scout and Kevlar on Pasha.
On the subject of defense, very curious to see what SK have to offer. Last time I saw them, we saw Fox trying to play AWP from Electric Box. That was a complete disaster. I haven't seen them personally play trained since. I don't think they have. So obviously they've been training things in the background. But it could be a hairy start if they can't get their CT side going. But indeed, it's Virtus Pro defending for the time being. Force buy now. Neo up close. Will he face? The smoke grenade gives him away. Seems that was a mistake. Not sure what the plan was there. Trajectory exposed him completely. SK again continuing to play slow. That may be the story of their T sides throughout this series.
And the great thing here as well is that they're setting this standard that they're playing these really slow rounds, taking well over a minute to more or less do anything on the map. And at some point, a very fast push is going to come. And it's up to VP to judge when SK are going to throw that in. It's very hard to predict. Let's see if they're able to do it. And SK, with that man advantage, with 35 seconds on the clock, are now setting themselves up for a set piece with some smokes perhaps onto the A bomb site. Let's see how many grenades. Actually, there's no smokes, but the mollies and the flashes will be raining in. Here they go. Violi's in the forward position here, but there's no one ready for him to frag too easily. There it is, though. Cold will drop in. And there's a UMP, but what can he do with that?
Snax makes his way through Connector. Headshot for him. So that's all he wrote. Bomb getting planted. No one in position to stop it, really. Pasha around the back of CT with a Scout. Perhaps he can find someone for taking the flank away from Virtus Pro, but where are the remaining players? That's a question for SK. First heavily tagged, could get taken down if Pasha could find it, but he can't. Leaving Taz on his own. He may try to hold on to this Scout, do some more damage in the coming round. It seems that's going to be the play. So it's going to be a second round in the bag for SK. Slowly we move towards the buy round for both sides. For those of you in GoTV or Game Command, which is available for all the remaining matches, make sure your ad block is disabled. I think you have to pick Fallen for SK, considering what we've seen from him in the past. Who would you pick for Virtus Pro, Dan?
Actually, this is famously somehow always been a great map for Taz. Actually, very good at playing the inner side on the CT defense. Very, very cool to watch how he does that because, typically even when Virtus Pro were struggling, when they were having a lot of mix-up in the roles and so on, Taz was always very, very good at that position. So he's one to look out for because you might not see super important or crazy performances on other maps, but he usually is very rock steady in that spot. And it's a very difficult one to play. So always Taz a guy to watch out for, but so many amazing guys as well on Virtus Pro on this map. It's been such a great one in their map pool for so long. And now I'm wondering, James, when are we going to see SK speed up that pace? They're up against still Pistols, and they know that.
For me, I think there's a chance that Virtus Pro might anticipate a fast play, like a Cloud9-esque play, into the A sites on the buy rounds. Otherwise, SK might do it when things start to go wrong for them. They may just play their normal game, their slow game, with this current lineup until they are forced to do otherwise. Again, just the anti-eco here. Virtus Pro is trying to do what damage they can, trying to pepper that T economy. So far, not so good. 3 players huddled around the connector position, which is smoked off now. They forced them through to get worse positions. Taz on the high ground with the Deagle. The bomb still nowhere. I mean, SK, they've made their way through B, as you can see. Hash getting taken down, and now Taz has been spotted. So we will soon be into the buy round. Right. Time for the action to begin. Virtus Pro on their buy. We'll see what's coming their way. Nobody with money for AWP and armor, but Snacks cares not for that. He is AWP, no Kevlar whatsoever. We've got Happy not far from the commentary stage with RPK, having a look at the proceedings, wondering what could have been. Up onto Fallen as well, so we're going to see the sniper rifles get things going. Time to watch Fallen and Go TV, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what picks he can get, but Snacks is quite the devil himself when he has an AWP in his hands. Let's see what positions he takes. He's moving up onto the bomb train on A at the moment. And SK are spreading themselves out, but there it is. Snacks is going to best Fallen straight away. That's a great way to start things off. VP, they lost that pistol round, of course, had to play for pistols for a bit. They have low utility, in fact, almost no utility very early into this round, and already a pick comes. That is absolutely what they needed. And SK are going to realize this. They're in a spot where they don't want to play the picking battle. I mean, they're already down a man. They don't want to risk it. They know they have a utility advantage going into the pushes. And they also have time to maybe bait out what is left of that VP of utility currently before they decide to go for the push. Ooh. And that's what they should be doing soon.
Fox has collected the AWP, but rather than use it himself, he's thrown it over to Cold, who's looking for a pick towards the B bomb site. This might be related to an execution play, or maybe they just give Cold the AWP. Who knows? We'll see what they can do with it. Virtus Pro of early advantages, but that frees Fallen to command the rest of his side. They're all on the same site. We've got 2 Virtus Pro players deep. Pasha's got a nice angle. Taz can run distraction in the meantime. Can he get the high ground now? Oh, sprayed down through the box. There Pasha goes, but Taz is still delivering it. 2 more to find. CT rotation surely coming in. More headshots. Taz is wrecking house. 4 kills for him on the buy round for Virtus Pro. That is a huge reaction to losing the pistol.
I'm telling you, man, Taz on the inner bomb site. He's the guy to look out for. This was so calm from Taz, like a walk in the park. Look how easy it comes here. That is beautiful stuff. A great way for VP to fight back against SK, who had that early lead. And now SK, they didn't get a chance to really build up much money, so they're going to spend everything in this round. Even a scout actually coming onto the likes of Cold Zero, which can only mean that we'll be seeing some pick-based play from SK to begin with. See if they can get some kind of advantage, perhaps at least win the early damage battle, if nothing else. But again, you have to watch out for this guy. Snacks is very smart with that AWP. And speaking of which, actually, another smart player, Taco, he's going for a bit of an aggressive position here towards inner.
Taz mixing up his angles. He spots Taco, sees the forward position. He's got Pasha in connector to have a look at the high ground as well. It's even better when you have an AWP there, but for now, Snacks is on the bomb train on A. Minute 15 on the clock, and SK still biding their time at the moment. Poking and prodding at the moment. Snacks and Neo staying close to Ivy. Virtus Pro trying to figure out what SK have in mind. Those smokes may pull a rotation. Indeed, Pasha's much deeper into the B bomb site now, but SK don't look to capitalize on that just yet. They are, however, exhausting the grenades of Virtus Pro. That's 18 seconds for that smoke grenade to waste some time, but that won't really be a massive problem for SK. The bomb currently outside main. Fox slowly moving towards Ivy. Again, SK going for those last-ditch efforts.
And here comes the push, just, well, a little bit of information at least. Well, the Flash actually getting Fallen into position. They're set up for the push now that Fallen has made his way forwards. And VP are likely going to read this. They're quite passive on B. They have a player that's very quick to rotate in to help that A-bomb site in Pasha. He's already by Connector. And actually, Taz on the inner side is also floating towards Connector. They know what's going on at the moment and absolutely denies Snacks. And Biani coming in for an excellent defense of this A-bomb site. Fox tries to get his best work done, but it's only going to be a 2K. And they will fall short in the round. VP knew what was going on, James. SK a little bit too slow there.
Yeah, Virtus Pro having a very good time playing the long game. They seem comfortable. Great setup there. Snacks covering his teammate, delivering on every single shot. 3 lovely kills from him. So now SK on the eco. This gives them an opportunity to figure out what they need to change, if anything. And you can see Virtus Pro will know Fallen likes to go for those picks with the AWP around main. Had no success with it so far since the pistol. Virtus Pro now with an opportunity to make some cash. Bali's currently got $0 in the bank, so they need to survive with as many players alive as possible. SK will be looking for a plant, hopefully. Only the odd pistol bought, no grenades for them. Might be about overwhelming with the numbers and taking some money away from VP as well. They've got 30K in the bank at the moment. The close range dink, but that won't be enough. Maybe through the corner of the wall. Taz backing off now and again. So patient with these shots.
Really nice work here by SK. They got a frag, they got the bomb down. That's, to be honest, a pretty good result. They'll be certainly happy with that. Job is done. And the interesting thing, hang on a moment. 007. Yeah, I can see it.
We're only 6 rounds in, Dan. It's begun already. The Photoshops have begun. We'll see how they progress throughout this series. SK coming out with the AKs once again. Taco's got 6K in the bank, but he's gonna also buy an AK. Not sure if that's to have better utility or if SK are just changing their approach. We'll see if they choose and execute. And again, now things are going wrong. Perhaps they'll go for a fast play. Who knows?
The thing as well is that Virtus Pro have already said to SK, look, you can play as slow as you want. We'll never ever extend. We'll never give you anything. We're reading how you're at the pace of the game that you want to play, and we are defeating that. So it is a matter of time for SK. They have to mix that up. They can't keep running into that. Otherwise, they risk giving Virtus Pro quite a tidy lead. It is still early days. This is still when the big momentum can be taken by one of the two teams, and you want to be the first team, of course, to do that. So they need to make sure that they don't give that to VP. And so SK, they might actually try to run a bit of a fake here. They've got obviously the ability to run a set smokes into the A site, and of course also the ability to make it look like a B here as well. So let's see how they execute this one.
Slow game once again, trying to keep Virtus Pro guessing. 2 smokes have been deployed towards B. Now the question is, do Virtus Pro bring players into B? Is it a double fake? Are they going to push anyway? Cold Zero and Taco is still there. And indeed, we've got a rotation. Now the smokes are being deployed towards A. Smokes deployed on both sides, and nothing happening just yet. But again, Taz is so calm. He cannot be stopped at the moment. 3 players left for SK. They've got no choice but to push in. 40 seconds, force through the smoke, and they are getting wiped out one by one. This is absolute carnage, that.
Yeah, trying to run the fake, not working out at all. Virtus Pro looks so strong at the moment. Again, that's a play where SK are trying to trick Virtus Pro, but they just see through all these tricks of the Brazilians.
Taz's patience with the rifling is a joy to see, an absolute joy. 4 from 4 for Virtus Pro at the moment. No tactical timeouts coming out just yet for the SK side. They've gone for a buy with pistols and Kevlar. Next round they'll be facing maximum loss bonus. That does allow them to go shopping a little bit more in a round such as this. But again, nothing working just yet. Still not willing to go for the fast plays, however. Not looking to capitalize on Bedlam and Anarchy. That said, Fur's going to make his way through, so he can run distraction one as a push through IB. But 2 go, that's 3. The no-scope, I think, through the smoke. And again, it's about damage here for SK, about planting the bomb. None of that's happening at present. Fallen sees somebody, sees the person to kill him. 5 rounds in a row for Virtus Pro.
Again, it's so far if we think about how SK have been playing this one, they try to play slow. They try to fake out VP after conditioning them that they would be playing slow. Maybe thinking, okay, they're going to go for that fast set piece onto a bomb site. Still VP are reading them, and so SK, we still haven't seen that hyper aggressive play. we haven't seen a pick attempt except that one time Fallen tried to line up a shot and was bested by Snacks. So there's still a few things for SK to go to here, but of course it's going to have to go well. And this is finally we're going to see that fast pace come out of them. Very fast grenade straight in there, trying to mix things up. Already Neo's going to hit the ground. Very nice stuff. Pasha goes in for the response here. Forward position by E-Box, and that's going to be very problematic for SK. They're losing all players, all the life.
It's not going to work out down there. Goes third. There goes the bomb. It's Taco in a 1 versus 1. He's got the AK. He needs the headshot. Doesn't really have the life to duel with Bialy right now. Bialy with 2 kills, looking for his third. Goes wide, straight in the jaw. Taco taken down. Again, we were looking for that. We were looking for the fast play. Nothing else working. The fast play has failed. Not something you can do every round anyway. All the slow plays are failing. Is there a way into this half for SK?
Yeah, VP are reading it very well at the moment. I mean, it's a play where you're supposed to be able to catch the opposition out of position in some sense with that super fast pace. But VP seem to be, very well, doing very well when they are in these basic positions, in these basic setups, to respond to very fast timings and to also just get information if SK are playing slow. So again, VP are known as one of the best trained teams of all time, and they're really showing it here against SK, who again have had similar dominance on the map. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't have your full team. We know this is a dangerous map to play against Virtus Pro. The crowd are enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. Now, when SK started pushing the A bomb site, there were already 4 people from Virtus Pro in A. That's pretty much standard on the CT side. Again, you normally start with 1 in the B bomb site. You don't often see full buy rushes from the Ts. Considering numbers advantage, you'd think you might see it more, but you never really do in train maps from the T side, rushing into the B bomb site. Taz and Pasha very forward, maybe expecting some kind of response like that from SK, especially when they're on pistols once again. Maximum loss bonus continues for SK as they experience nothing but failure.
Yeah, and this is definitely a battle of the brains between these two teams. Both very strategic and tactical teams. Both will be very familiar with one another and how they like to call strategies. So it's not as if you're playing Fnatic, a more kind of loose style of team where it's very hard to read them, because even if you study their demos, it's hard to find those patterns necessarily. It's going to be easier to get into the leader of either side, into their mind that is. And so far, Virtus Pro have SK's number. It's going to be interesting to see how they try to switch things up. Obviously, for now, it's just a goal of getting some damage in there as their loss bonus is starting to accrue. And the buys will start coming more quickly for them. But where is the answer? We could even start to see potentially a mix-up to double AWP and get a cold and full on the AWP there, but looks like Taco's going to be able to take off Neo's head. That's a nice start to this round. Bit of damage early on. Can they compound it into more?
Snacks is a hard man to challenge. Again, every time I say, for those of you on GoTV, everybody replies and says Snacks when it's a Virtus Pro game, and he's showing us why. 25 seconds left for these final SK players. Again, a slow round, but Virtus Pro seem to have the patience now. Question is, will SK wear them thin as this game continues? Fox doing his best to try and collect the bomb. He won't be denied. There goes Fur as well. coldzera, last man standing. 10 seconds left. Now he needs to die before the time elapses. Can't stand around forever. 7 from 10 for Virtus Pro.
Such a sturdy showing so far from them. The crowd is loving it at the moment. And there's the man himself, Mr. Snacks. He's been so insane this tournament. He's had so many great games. All right, so what do we see from SK? No double AWPs just yet. It is something that we have seen from them previously on the T side of this map. But not just yet. Will Fallen dare challenge Snacks once more on the picking battle. Looks like they are perhaps going for a fast pace. The boost does come in.
Boost.
And Snacks is going to take down Fur. Sacrificial lamb there. Poor Fur. Can Fallen get a frag back here? Can he avenge Fur?
Snacks is nowhere. Snacks is everywhere. Neo's taken down. Bialy's though going to trade immediately. Advantages continue for the CT side, but SK, they're in early to this site. There goes Snacks finally. Bialy goes as well. So there's an opportunity for SK to break this run of success for Virtus Pro. And now it's Taz alone. That's going to allow the bomb to go down. Surely they know he's so far back. He's going to rotate towards the connector area, it seems. No, they're taking it slow, SK. Oh, Taz, what read do you have? They are rotating all the way out. They knew where he was. They could have planted the bomb, but they chose a different plan. Taz now, will he read the rotation? He's heavily tagged, 22 HP. He may even hear those beeps. And now he has all the information. How do SK set up post-plant? How do they set up together? Do they go for a trade situation? You see Fox, he's up high. He's got a lovely angle. And again, Taz, he's in the red. There's surely no way he can do this. Not going to work out for him. And you can see, look at his face. He's in such a bad situation, and he's still frustrated at dying there. He's in the right mind. He's focused at.
Yeah, Taz is very focused. I mean, one of the reasons why VP do so well at the majors, and maybe they don't do so well in the online leagues and so on, is that they have so much stage experience. This means more to them, a stage like this, than anything else. It brings out the best performances in some of the most experienced players that we have in Counter-Strike Go. So it's not too surprising, James. And we got the double ups out on Snacks and Pasha here, so that's a nice mix-up. What do SK have to respond here? They still aren't going for the double up themselves, and ooh, we might have a bit of aggression here. Snacks, what does he feel? Oh, Fallen's ready for that one. And Neo is going to be careful. He's in a forward position here. Smoke and Flash to try to get himself back out into safety, but he's going to go for the frag. Catches a great kill there with the nade to help him out as well. And now he goes for the AWP. This is dangerous here for SK. They're going to make sure they don't lose another one, and there he go. There he goes. Fox, he will be safe for now as Neo repositions, but a 1-for-1 almost feels like it favors VP at this point.
Well, first being picked off from Bali. Enjoying the aggression. SK had two players around the pop dog, but now someone has to go and retrieve the bomb since they've lost another player. 1 minute on the clock. May feel like a world of time for SK, but when you've only got 3, make it 2 players left. Life is very difficult indeed. Pasha going to have a look at Fox. There's a smoke down towards Ivy, but really the options are very limited for SK at the moment. Cold Zero going to join him. On a map such as Train, it's going to be really hard for them to win in a 2 versus 4 situation.
40 seconds is a decent amount of time here. Obviously, they are quite committed to that A-bomb side, but if they can find a quick kill and opening, if Fox can make that entry frag, it could be possible. And there's a missed shot. Cold capitalizes, takes down Neo, but Pasha creeps in the smoke. Oh, like ships in the night. And that's going to be Cold taking up Pasha as well. 2 versus 2, but 20 seconds to go. Oh dear. We get another frag coming out from Biardi. Now things get really bad. And Fox, I don't know if he even has time to get to that bomb site. He's cut off. Taz is in position to perhaps deny him here. He might be able to get a side plant here. Very, very tight. Just in the nick of time here. Still possible here for Fox, but perhaps not. Taz in position, in time. Shuts it down. And Virtus Pro, 8 rounds now to the 4 of SK Gaming.
I cannot express how bad a situation that is for the remainder of this half. A few rounds left. I'm not sure if 4 is enough for SK. It's VP with the tactical timeouts at the moment. They are super chill, but Cuban giving information to his team. And again, I haven't seen SK since they had Fox in what was ultimately the wrong position. And I really wonder what they have to offer on their CT side. I'm sure it will be improved, but by how much? Look how dangerous VP are looking at the moment. It's going to have to be the CT side of their lives.
Definitely feels like they have been adjusting as the tournament has gone on. Initially, we'd see Fox open quite a lot, but then
how do you adjust to the plow, Dan?
To pick it back up.
How do you adjust to the plow? More support from Virtus Pro at home. Shout-outs to you and all your junk food. 3 rounds remain. SK in a bad spot. Lost bonus has disappeared, disintegrated. And the taste of defeat is back once again. Now we've got the standard start from Virtus Pro. 4 in A, Taz in B. Pasha soon to join him, however. Again, Virtus Pro know that SK are limited to pistols. They will look for a potential fast play, but SK very shy as far as fast plays go.
And the positioning here from Virtus Pro as well is great because they don't really mind giving up a plant at this point. They're ready just to say, you know what, you can have the plant. We're just going to lose any single players. They've got such passive positions. They just want to make sure they don't give up the train yard. That's one of the worst things that can happen in a fast rush, is the T's take you down in the very close positions. Then they can continue to push as the bomb goes down. They can control your rotation point, which is the choke of connector and a CT spawn, and then you have problems. Then you have a situation where you can be flanked as the CT is coming into that retake. So that's what Virtus Pro are making sure does not happen. They're playing very passively, but it's like we have actually got... Well, they're going back to CT spawn, James, so it's like we have a restarted round here.
Something terrible has happened, Dan.
What is that, James, do you think?
I don't know.
Is it a keyboard that has exploded?
Hopefully not. Let's not start keyboards again today.
No more keyboard talk.
There's a lot of keyboard talk yesterday.
There was indeed.
Obviously, there's some kind of technical timeout, as you can see from the lovely overlays produced by the people at ELEAGUE.
Yep, and we do have some headsets off as well, so we'll have to be careful of what we say, James.
Yeah, the way. Okay, let's not. I don't want to like impact the mood of the players either. So,
what should we talk about? Sharks
have
again.
a look at the fans and see how people are doing. A lot of North American fans here. Thank you all for coming to the ELEAGUE Major here in Atlanta. What do we do with this? It seems that the taco has fallen.
I don't know how to.
That is so poverty.
This.
That is so poverty. I mean, seriously.
Someone got paid for that, James.
Dan's jokes are better than that.
Oh my.
I mean,
that's just. That is.
That's copy paste save. File save.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Some things are just a lost cause, James.
We need some communication as to what is happening on the stage at the moment. Bit of info. For those of you who are just joining us, SK are not having the best of times at the moment. Headsets are off, so we are limited in what we can discuss, Dan. Okay. There is an audio issue for Fur that's being resolved at the moment. So again, SK, they started with the pistol. They got those normal consecutive rounds. And then from the bye round, it's all versus pro. It's all pierogi and Polish cheesecake. SK with just the one round recently, but instantly traded by versus pro. No money for SK. Little hope of clawing back rounds in this half.
Do you have a favorite match so far in this entire major, James? Is there a favorite match for you that you've watched or casted or whatever?
I think SK's struggle on Mirage, their initial struggle was really amazing to watch. Public viewing is always awesome. Lots of beer. You found a beer, Dan?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Just good stuff.
So
viewing parties are awesome. There are loads of viewing parties during the ELEAGUE seasons as well, which are pretty cool. I had loads of pictures from there. All right, so you see some discussion there. When the phones are out, normally someone's logging back into Steam. Mobile authenticator is always good. So there are, I mean, it's 8-4, right? The gap is not that big, but it feels humongous at the moment.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just the way that VP have been making their calls. The shot calling is really good. And it's interesting, too, because when you're playing the CT side of train, you feel like there's not much you can do with the positions because you can't get it very aggressive. It's kind of like Cobblestone in that way. You know, a lot of teams don't necessarily like Cobblestone because when you're on the CT side, you feel kind of powerless. However, Virtus Pro have been showing quite a lot of power on the CT side and through the calling because they understand what their opponent's doing. And it's that in that knowledge that they've been able to show such a dominating first half so far, I would say. Because if you consider how things started off, they didn't win the pistol round, yet it's just been consecutive rounds. So SK have only won one of the buy rounds versus buy rounds so far. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think one of the things we're used to seeing on training from SK is Fallen straight up abusing people with the AWP, hopping around on all the ladders and so on. But Virtus Pro are not giving his side the freedom to do that. They're not giving them freedom full stop. So they can't express themselves in the ways they would like to. Again, we see an SK who are defaulting to slow plays at the moment. But then when it doesn't work, they go for the fast play. Doesn't happen either. They can't, it's very hard to topple Virtus Pro on this T side from the Brazilian side.
Yeah, and VP are playing in a way as well where they're going quite safe in some of the positioning that they're taking. Whenever we see Taz have these big defenses, obviously he's able to play a position where he's often playing for delay. He wants to do damage, but he also doesn't want to give up the site super fast. Those are the kind of the mix of objectives that he has. He's trying to achieve both at once. He's been very successful in doing that. And in doing so, not playing too aggressively, not trying to give away risks early on, they've been able to do very well in that sense because some teams, instead of playing a passive opening like we're seeing VP do and just seeing how that works, seeing how your opponent wants to play against you, and then feeling out where the holes might be in their gameplay, some teams like to try to exert their gameplay straight away and kind of tell you what they're doing, kind of exert their force onto you. But that then becomes a little bit easier for you to read. So it's a very good, very steady approach. And it lends itself to, of course, the tournament experience that VP has.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup, especially because SK have denied Virtus Pro the finals more than once in recent majors. So there's a lot for Virtus Pro to achieve. And it's so nice to see the temperament they're bringing to this match, all things considered. That might be shaky ground for some people. Virtus Pro looking very comfortable. The question is, if SK can put Virtus Pro in a uncomfortable situation, how will they deal with that? That is the question.
And the crazy thing, too, is that when they've gone into the outside site. Snax is like, yep, I'm here, by the way, and you're not going to get in alive. He's been doing very, very well just denying that. So they're just kind of being beaten from all sides at the moment. It's pretty impressive. Of course, the thing about this, right, we saw this from previous SK games. SK are much like VP, even though they have a standard. They're much like VP in that they're very experienced at this point. They've got very strong leadership, and their ability to come back at any point is that they're very good at that. The pressure does not break them.
Good news, everyone. The game is live once again! Make some noise for SK's incoming eco round. Yeah, let's go. $2,000 on most of these Brazilian and one Portuguese player. Versus Pro, armed to the teeth. Every man is a one-man army for this particular round. VP will look to abuse the range. Taz with a precautionary pop flash towards B. You see Cold getting caught by that. The SK man then heading towards the B bomb site. 2-3 flashes and a bunch of pistols. Armor here and there. They need the bomb plant here because their money sucks.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Getting that bomb plant down, and they have a couple flashes as well, so they might be able to buy just enough time to do that. Ooh, the grenade! Oh, poor Fur. 22 health, that sucks. Poor Fur. Got to feel bad for that one, but maybe their chances to get the bomb down are still alive. They have made the dive, Fallen's there, get that C4 planted, and again, you can see VP, they care more about their own economy generally here than their opponent's ability to get a good economy. Because they know that as long as they can always buy rifles, as long as they can have that margin for error, you can come at them buy round after buy round. They have the confidence that they'll take every one of those situations.
Yeah, and their money's not great. Despite winning all these rounds, SK have been picking players off. So that's a great round for VP. Nobody lost. Very important money. 2 rounds left, but you don't want to give up any rounds or give any edges to your opponent. 9-4 in favor of the Poles. 5 AKs coming out once again for SK. How can you adapt on the fly to such a strong CT side? Again, yes, SK have 4 rounds, but 3 of them are pistol and post-pistol. Only 1 round once the buys have started to come in. So if you look at it that way, it's a 9-1. That's, in terms of dominance, it's 9-1.
And that 1 round was a crazy rush into the A bomb site, just trying to capitalize upon the chaos and the smokes and the variance, and it did work out for them, as it often can. And they do have the individual skill, of course, to do rounds like that. So looks like we're going to see potentially a 3-pronged split here onto that A bomb site. They're trying to guard over the alley area, but he won't be able to stop them. He has to just back away, try to slow him down there. Gets the info, some counter grenades coming in as well. And SK, they creep closer.
Neo sees trajectory, but can't do anything with it. SK, they're forcing the CTs out of position now without losing any players. This is what they've wanted for ages. Minute 10 on the clock, but here we go. They start to fall. Taco picked off, taking it straight in the face. But Virtus Pro, they're still out of position. They still don't have vision of Ivy. That's allowing SK to encroach this site. Fox in a very nice position. Virtus Pro have many angles. Almost a double peek coming in. Now Fox has been spotted, but what else lies towards Ivy? Virtus Pro have no idea.
First trying to get in there, trying to get an opening, but look at Virtus Pro, they've fallen back. They're holding the line. Excellently done by Virtus Pro, leaving just Fallen and Cold here. Going to take something pretty magnificent to pull this one back, and around the smoke, Pasha will be able to flank Coldzera, and that will be done and dusted there in that one, giving Virtus Pro 10 to SK Gaming's 4. Again, the team play. This is one of the things about Train, right? The outside bomb site can get really crazy because the enemy team can surround you. Virtus Pro managed to kind of slowly just contract their defense, know where all their teammates are, and if somebody goes down, they know exactly where the hole is, and then they make up for that hole and they pull further back. Very coordinated, very good situational awareness from the VP team.
It's insane. SK managed to get that map control, and yet Virtus Pro only lost 1 player towards the end of the round, no less. Grenades being deployed, and now I wonder, is this going to be like a desperation plant on the site itself? It seems the push is coming in, all the CTs behind the smokes, and yeah, I think we're going to like default smoke, execute plants. That bomb needs to go down fast, it will be. In the meantime, Fox taken down, Fur flashing through the smoke, Passion on the high ground, may spotted it for his team, Taz going to get taken down regardless. Hardy holding angles now, but the flames force Fur away.
And here we go, 4 versus 3. They've actually managed to do something here. Evened up though on the bomb site. Chaos all over the place. A Tech9 reigning supreme, seemingly therefore cold as he looks for the next one. Uses the ladder, but Snacks is just too good at the moment. Fallen in the first, all that remains against the 2 players from Virtus Pro looking to go for the clutch here. That bomb slowly going faster and faster. Bialy, wild spray, misses, and there's the smoke defuse coming in, but Fallen with the Tech9s able to save the day. SK scrape another round onto the board. That's 5 for them, 10 for Virtus Pro. The Hail Mary there worked out for SK Gaming, but VP, they look so good at the moment. It's insane.
5 rounds, including the pistol. I know SK are going to be very relieved that T side has ended for them, because there was no way in. For them to resort to just default executes in the last round tells me that everything else isn't working for the SK side. Fox the man getting the kills for his team at the moment, but is it enough? Again, there are so many questions with Fox on the CT side from what we recently saw when they last played Train, playing Electric Box, looking completely out of position with an AWP. We can't see that from SK, otherwise they're going to get wrecked in this half.
And one thing, again, famously about SK Gaming on Train is that their Train games are often decided by Fallen and what he does with the AWP on the CT side. And that's what we're going to see in the second half. SK Gaming on that CT side, so there is still the ability to salvage this one here for SK Gaming. Obviously, their chances to do that will increase if they're able to take the pistol around. And it's like we're going to see a lot of utility here from VP. A lot. Like we have 3 smoke grenades, 4 flashbangs, and Molotov. This is crazy. You don't often see this much on the T side here.
That is like, I don't know, almost wonder if there was a cat on the keyboards with so much utility bought. But it's Virtus Pro who do this. 3 men with grenades on pistols. They keep experimenting with this. Mixed results, but small sample size. SK with 3 players around Ivy, again looking to use the range, trying to cut the A bomb site diagonally in half. See Fallen, Cold, and Fox. But the bomb is not in that direction. Taco holding an angle on upper B. See them slowly moving into position. Playing SK at their own game with a slow pistol down.
Yeah, but it is soon time to go in. Time is ticking away. And SK Gaming, they really need a couple good shots just to get rid of 1 or 2 players before the bomb is put down. Taco's in a good position to at least catch Neo. Oh, instantly dinked there. That is so annoying. He's not going to feel confident to take peeks now. He has to just rely on his teammates. They're going to fall back in a line there, try to keep a perimeter and just stop them from locking down that choke point. And it's Burn now moving over the top. He's going to be able to try to cover this position. Very important. Why is no one dead, James? How is nobody dead in this position just yet? Still Taz with Wildfire from the Glock, but nothing.
This is difficult for Virtus Pro to hold. They've got a Molotov, but they don't have enough time. They need to hold off the CTs, but Snacks coming in with 2 kills. Has he done enough? There's Neo with the Molotov to slow deployment. Fox has got a defuse kit. He's going to hold it, but surely he can't hold it. Oh, the smoke is there. It's perfect. The round goes to SK. That smoke was absolutely crucial. Fallen started the round with a smoke and a defuse kit. I can only assume that one of the CTs picked it up. The Molotov was deployed. I was like, Fox, he's not standing. He's not moving away. He's surely going to burn, but no, the smoke is there. It's all good in SK's hood. They get to 6 rounds.
My God, Snacks. This guy is pretty impressive. I was actually quite surprised as well. Taz was in such a key position to get a lot of work done. He could have won the round for the team, but the Glock is not so reliable. Sometimes you just don't get those headshots. And this has given SK a way back into this one. We'll see 4 UMPs, which is very crucial that you pick up the UMPs. I think a lot of people think it's a fairly overpowered gun because it's so cost effective and it can really work well when a team gets that bomb down and you know you'll be up against AKs very soon.
1 minute 30 on the clock. Virtus Pro taking some pot shots. But again, with the bomb planted, they will be buying AKs in the following round, so no force buy in this round. It's going to use the time to, it seems, just allow Snacks to try and rip people's faces off. Again, this is about doing as much economic impact as possible. They're playing the long game here, Virtus Pro, trying to get SK on eco rounds sooner rather than later once those AKs have been wielded. The more players they pick off in this round, the more SK have to go for a full buy. SK could choose to continue with these UMPs if they have a perfect round here. And that means money, but if Virtus Pro can do some damage...
That's the thing. I mean, they need to keep the UMPs alive here. They can let the bomb go down, to be honest. All the only difference it makes is more grenades for Virtus Pro next round. They lose the UMPs. They lose a lot of security. These AKs are coming next round. They have to be safe here. Oh my God! How on earth did Bialdi connect that one? Taco goes down. Fer is going to try to stop the plant. It's a little bit too late, but everybody will fall. For only one person dead on SK. I think that's okay. I think both teams are going to be happy with that one. Not ideal for SK.
Now there's a question, do SK hold on to these UMPs? Or based on how difficult the first half was, do they upgrade immediately? Both have risk. If you upgrade, you got no money. If you don't upgrade, you may lose a round. But then what happens after that? And they are indeed going for, well, some upgrade. Fallen's picked up the AWP. He wants to get on that straight away. Snacks is AWP, no armor, Kevlar, rather. But not much in the name of grenades. So here it is, the first test for SK to see if they can make this a more competitive map. See how it works out for them.
And ultimately as well, Fallen is a big test for him because he has the most impact with the AWP. He plays a role where he can be dynamic and catch 4 or 5 different positions from outside of alley. He has a dedicated alley player, typically cold, and then he can be can be in a supportive position, as we see him going to now on the train next to alley. He can look towards Pop Dog, he can look towards Team Main, he can support Ali if there's a push there. He relies on his teammates, but ultimately he's got to hit those shots
Gimmicks.
And prevent himself from being picked at the same time.
Ooh, Pasha could be spotted. Oh dear.
Surely not.
Is he going to see, when that smoke dissipates, if Cole jumps down, Pasha knows he's there. If he doesn't jump down, there we go. Is he going to push? Surely. No. The flash slows him down. He knows he's just disappeared. They're going to capitalize on that. That's why you can't make sounds in this game, because people will punish you. Cold in no man's land, grenade in his hand, taken down, and Fallen surely can't respond. He's in the flames, going for a pot shot, can't see anything. And again, Patch is still in position to capitalize. Barley's taken down elsewhere, though.
And yeah, again, this is where Fallen really has to pick up the pieces. They've lost their alley defender. Now SK Gaming have to have that situational awareness. Okay, how do we need to all change our positions now to make sure that we don't have any holes in our defense, that we can't get flanked, that there's no blind spots, and that's what Virtus Pro are going to try to abuse here. Pasha's going to start pressuring in on alley, starting to contract the forces of defense to contract a little bit more with that aggression. And VP start to slowly constrict that A-bomb site. SK Gaming have some good positions. Still not sold that it's going to be an A-site push, but they have quick rotation through from connector if they need to.
Oh, he spots an elbow, and there are 18 seconds left. That might cause a rotation. Missing a fast shot. Pasha, that's a very important kill. There goes Taco as well. The numbers running down for the CT side. And again, they spent money. They cannot afford this. Does he feel like he has any options? Maybe he'll try to rescue the AWP. There's money for another buy, potentially for SK, but it won't be great by any means. And you can see Fer's got nothing in the bank. He needs to stay alive, and he may try to rescue a weapon. Moving forward, but he doesn't have a defuse kit. So if he's going for some shenanigans, ooh, he's just picked one up. But surely he's not going to try and defuse the bomb in this situation. Looking for the AWP. Oh, okay. Got some shinobi business going on. Oh. He knows if he drops his gun, it makes enough sounds to be punished. Virtus Pro play it close. The AWP is not taken into the next round. Yeah,
really big deal. Again, Fallen's, you can see that he's the linchpin here. He's so much linchpin. As soon as he dies, the setup sort of collapses inwards, and he's just unable to hit that first shot. And I know that previously we saw on the desk that Fallen changed one of his predictions to having a phase win just because he felt like, you know what, Fallen in this edition of SK Gaming hasn't seemed quite as hot as we have known him to be in the past. Obviously, trying to run these new setups with Fox, and now Snacks is an AWP here on the T side. This could go badly for SK Gaming. They have very little to work with in this round, almost no utility. That's so incredibly tough on train.
Yeah, and that might cause them to push. At the moment, Taco's on his own. Cold is on his own towards Ivy. Two of the more common places to go for a push, but also Main is one of them. Snacks picked off. That's going to weaken things for Virtus Pro. Bomb left outside Main at present. Pasha very keen to harass the IV position. SK playing very close to the A-bomb site at the moment, but again, both teams have been playing it slow. Minute 10 on the clock. Virtus Pro may be posturing for a while.
Very slow indeed. Just trying to chill things out a little bit, make SK Gaming sweat. It's a great position for SK though, because they know they have that one frag lead. They don't want to push their luck in any sense. It's already very difficult without any utility to make an aggressive place safe. So they just have to sit, stay put for now, and wait to see what VP's move is going to be. Couple smokes, couple molotovs. Taz looking for a way in here. Neo's lost though, so this you can see Taz going to back away a little bit, see if he can't still make a play onto this bomb site. And if he can, there's still the option here for VP to go down Pop Dog and try to attack A, catch some players out of position, but they don't really have men. They're so stretched at the moment.
This doesn't look good. In the meantime, Pasha's made his way into the A bomb site where the bomb is, but there goes the bomb. 20 seconds. It's about damage now for Pasha. He needs to pick off as many of these CTs as he can. Now he's got a chance to plant the bomb. 12 seconds left. He needs to pick it up though. All these grenades, and he may not realize what opportunity he has. He'll hold on to what he has. Oh, AWP, nice upgrade. But SK, there's an opportunity for him to get right back into this. 3 rounds between these two sides now. This may not be over.
Absolutely. Again, you can never count SK out, and Fallen, even when he doesn't have an AWP, you think it kind of looks like he does. That Deagle there sniping away on a pixel angle, and SK Gaming back in this one now. And once they start to get some comfort on their economy, once they start to get some comfort that they can always have ops, even if they lose a player or here or there, that might give them the confidence and the ability to start taking some more risks further into this one. And once they can start doing that, it kind of feels better. Generally, when speaking, even on a map like this, where it's very hard to take risks and you have to have utility to make it safe, it feels good that you have that ability, not just and are not just forced to sit there and wait for them to make the move. So, hoping to see that from SK. But VP certainly have been reading SK quite well.
That is quite a spectacular force buy we have from the Polish side.
Oh, nice. This could actually be very strong. If you can get Pasha into that open yard on the towards the A-bomb site, and the Tech9s can start closing the positions down towards that site, this could actually get very bad for SK. They've got to be very careful in a round like this.
There's only one Tech9, but P250 has reasonable moving accuracy when you're strafing, but it needs to get close enough, and that's a very big task, especially when you are so ill-equipped. Oh, Cold Zero has no idea what's going on in a long area. That is an early pick that SK cannot afford. And Virtus.pro will capitalize on, moving straight down. Pasha, no fear. Taz getting taken down by Fur elsewhere, but Pasha's the big player here with the AWP. We've seen one AWP force buys from Virtus.pro before with Pasha. We've seen it on Cash. He makes it work time and time again. There's Fallen. How is this happening, Dan?
That is some sick stuff from Pasha. This guy is really opening things up here for VP. They have the ability to even go through CT if they want to. There's a clean path there. Pasha perhaps spotting a player in a deep position towards team main.
He's going to boost him. He's going to boost him.
That is gorgeous stuff.
But the CT has gone. But there's a decision to make there. Do you continue carrying the bomb to CT, or do you go back to boost Pasha? And the bomb's going to do that. Fox might have an angle.
They have a lot of time to work with, so they don't have to rush it at any rate. And SK, they're so spread out. At the moment, SK have to take risks in their positioning. And right now, VP have way better positioning. Look at this. Here comes the push. Easy stuff for Snacks. A free one for him. And now that's leaving Fox and Fur in a very awkward position. How do you regain control of the bomb site if that choke point, the connector area, is just completely locked down as it is right now? And Neo is wandering around in the open site, so it's very possible Neo's going to spot them anyway.
This is a complete disaster for SK. Unbelievable stuff. See if Fox can survive for the time being. In the meantime, Fur seems to be going for it, pulling rotation now, and now the retake's potentially on because they won't know where Fox is coming from. You see Neo just creeping, and he's only got a pistol. Fur running more distraction, and now Fox, he knows where one is. Oh, but look at Pasha's angle. Look, he's got the perfect angle, but now he's fired a shot. What's going to happen? There goes Fur. Instant trades for the Virtus.pro side, and they have indeed robbed SK of a round that should have been theirs all day long.
That is such a crazy round. First of all, you have Pasha basically trying to perform heart surgery the way that he's very meticulously cutting holes into the defense here of SK to allow his team to thread through the blind spots. And then that's that 4-2 situation. Kind of crazy. Can't count either of these teams out at any point, no matter what is going on in this one.
Look at these buys.
I know, it's great, isn't it? I love it.
It's disgraceful on both sides.
It's not disgraceful, it's glorious. I love it.
The Mac 10 onto Pasha. He is expecting a lack of helmets at the very least, and he may be correct. Fox and Fallen, no helmets for them. But the others don't really have much to offer in terms of offense anyway. So he won't even care about the helmets. And there he is, looking towards the wall. He wants to get a bit closer to that corner. Spots Cold Zero. Got the brazenness to pull out a grenade on his own as well. Taco thwarting the timing of a potential push from Virtus.pro. Oh dear. Where is your health, Mr. Fox?
Oh man, that sucks. Fortunately for him, he's been playing those close ranges, the kind of one-shot type of game anyway, so it's not going to be too painful in the end. Although VP right now, they're repositioning for... They play with a set piece with smokes perhaps into the A-bomb site, or with the smoke that they have. Throw some nades in. They are positioned around the dumpster here, so they can at least get one smoke into position. Although that's still actually starting to shuffle towards the alley spot at the moment. Where Pasha is, and Pasha can lead the way. He can jump around the corners with that Mac 10 very effectively. Falling going to be challenged soon as well. The setup here is not awful for SK Gaming if they're able to hit those first shots, get those first kills, and this is a great position to do it from Cole, lurking above. How much can Cole do? There's two! He picks up a gun as well. A third player arises, but Stacks, although he trades it, massive problems here for Virtus Pro anyway.
25 seconds, no time to rotate towards B, especially with Taco coming in from CT spawn. Neo picked off as well. Two players are combining. They need to trade frag at the very least, but look at the CTs. They're all over the place. There goes Taz. Snack soon to follow. SK maybe get back some respect in this game after losing such a horrible round previously. Virtus Pro, 12 rounds, not too far away again. SK not too far away from Virtus Pro.
What were you saying about the buy, James? You said it was disgraceful, but they made it work. They made it work.
Virtus Pro with a tactical timeout now. Again, it feels like the match has been all Virtus Pro, but it's 12-9. This map is entirely losable for the Poles.
Oh, of course. Again, SK, they're always stronger on that CT side. And one thing as well is we haven't really seen Fulton hit his stride just yet with the AWP, which again is something that I think everybody who's a fan of SK Gaming and of top-tier Counter-Strike, that's what we have seen over so many tournaments, is him just destroying everyone with that AWP on the A site. So something still to look forward to. He does have that gun in his hands at the moment, and depending on what Virtus Pro decide, he could have a lot of action here because they are going to be playing this round fairly quickly. It's going to be about the numbers game. They don't have anything to play with apart from some pistols and grenades.
Yeah, this is a round about damage and perhaps a bomb plant for the Virtus Pro side. Will it be slow again? Neo charging towards the B-bomb site on his own with the bomb. But calming down, not doing anything crazy with his Glock. Not the most powerful weapon in Counter-Strike by any means. 4-1 set up from SK, standard stuff. Again, on Virtus Pro's CT side, we often saw Pasha quickly rotate from connector to have a look at B just in case. Although he was holding an angle towards main. Now he starts to come in to be at the 1:20 mark. But VP are moving away. They've got some grenades. They can set up their wall of smokes and go for a plant, and then try to do damage at close quarters afterwards. SK will probably move back behind these smokes and then go for the retake. There we go, deployed. Nice flash. Good Molotov as well. That will slow down Virtus Pro. They don't have the armor to deal with such a molly. Ooh, there are risks involved, but being patient with his burst buy. There's Neo, there's the bomb. And Pasha should get wiped out. The bait's there, and it's a nice round from SK. They make double figures, and they don't lose a single player.
Really closing the gap at the moment. And VP, their money still is pretty poor, so we'll have to see what they decide to do in this round. SK, they're really hitting some pace, hitting some momentum. And you can see here Cole in a great position with the UMP to make some serious money with the SMG kill bonus. What do we have from VP here? So a lot of smokes, so 3 smokes. So again, likely going to see the set smokes onto the A-bomb site with 3. I think with the B-bomb site you can do just 2. See how they decide to go for this. Oh, Taco, he's going aggressive. He's hungry for the money. He wants the money.
A good start and a bad finish for Taco. 1-1, not good enough. That UMP can make yet more money. And when Virtus Pro still have all the grenades to go for that same execute into the A site, get the bomb down as the CTs will probably allow them to, not that they did last round. The UMP post-plant may cause some problems for SK. There are a lot more rounds to fight for. They don't want it to be expensive. The charge into B, however, with the bomb as well. That is a snail of VP players. Bomb should go down. Counter flash comes in though. Third putting in work, but again, it's 1-for-1. That favors the T's.
Can't quite get hold of the bomb at the moment. Oh, is Neo going to get across? No! Looks like it will be prevented, that plant. However, VP did get a couple kills there, and they will be buying. I mean, the plant is not really going to impact this buy at all, so that's actually awesome for VP there. Oh, what on earth is that?
I'm not going to think about what we're looking at on the screen right now then. One can only imagine.
It's a terrible pun, James. That's what we're dealing with. I think they should leave the terrible puns to us.
That is, what do you mean us?
Well, it's
you.
Your puns are terrible.
My puns are spectacular. One round between these two sides. Full buy here again. Can SK even up the score? It was looking like we might not get a competitive train, but maybe. Snacks, though, off to a great start. early weakness on the B bomb site. Fur is there. What will Virtus.pro do? Maybe they'll smell weakness. Maybe they'll expect a push from the SK team. They've got tons of time to keep SK guessing.
And I think we're seeing the more standard approach from SK here, where it's kind of like we can give up the B-bomb site, play retake. We want to shore up the defense on A. A is much harder to retake. That basic mindset going into this one here. And again, partly due to the fact that it is very hard to push. So SK Gaming are trying to play the safer approach here with no aggression. Fur in a position, a crazy position there. Almost gets the kill onto Neo. Trying to do more damage here. He's going to get it as well. So almost 2 kills from Fur. That's decent damage, but the positioning here, especially with the AWP from Snacks, is a huge problem to deal with as SK shuffle in for the retake.
Not sure if this is a save already. There goes Fallen Cold in point of no return now. Taz will take him down. Didn't start well, ended brutally for the SK team, and Virtus.pro continue to push towards 16 rounds. There's money for SK to rebuy. No pause, no timeout coming in from the CT side. They took a gamble, but VP were ready for it. AWP once again onto Fallen. Taco on a UMP. Loads of grenades though for the CT team. But again, they are currently at the mercy of Virtus.pro, who are looking very dangerous early on in this series.
All right, so VP, again, a team that loves to mix up the pace. It's going to be slow, it's going to be fast, always going to be keeping their opponents guessing in that sense. Already a couple forward smokes there, as you can see on the A site, making things a little bit harder. And in fact, it is affecting the positioning of SK Gaming. They're sort of expecting maybe a forward play. That's how they've adjusted right now. And so there's a window of opportunity here where VP can capitalize on this positioning. Oh, the flick!
Man.
That's absolutely phenomenal there from Fallen. So fast to that one. And that is a much needed early round advantage in a spot where SK, they can't afford to lose this round.
You talk about Dust 2 gaps. He's swiped in the smallest of crevices. That is insane. But it's not enough for SK. They need round wins. They need to catch up to Virtus.pro, who have led almost the entire match. Got to focus on the B-bomb site for the Poles at the moment. Taco's there to support his teammate Fur. 50 seconds for Virtus.pro. SK will try to ruin the timing. Oh, Neo's pushing on his own. Is that going to work out for them? Taco doesn't have the range with this UMP. And now Fur's isolated down. He goes. Taco forced to push, but there's a player on the high ground. Flashes, nades coming in for both sides. Taz down the ladder, can't get a kill. Taco doing huge work. Got his team a man advantage, buying time, falls to the grenade, but the CTs are in position. There goes Neo, leaving Snacks alone. He's got the bomb, he's escaping. There's 25 seconds left, but Fallen is very close to connector. He can easily switch things up. He's rotating. Can he get in position in time? There goes Snacks creeping out, but Fallen lands the shot. The gap close to 1 once again.
What an important round. What an important pick from Fallen right here. Oh my God, that was so sick. And SK, if they had lost that round,
look at
VP would have an easy 15. They would be on map point there, so, or game point rather. So it's pretty sick that SK are able to take that one. You can indeed see the tension on the face of VP. They know that there are problems at hand right now, that SK are not falling down easily against them.
This is their last timeout as well. This is Virtus.pro's last timeout we have at the moment. And you can see Taz, look at the expression on his face. He feels like they should have won this map by now. And this is a question. They were running a train on SK and everything was fine, everybody was calm. But when they start to have difficulties, when things get tight, are they going to hold their mettle? Are they going to keep their heads in the game?
The thing is that there's no money really here for VP. There is some money, but it's not going to be optimal to get a buyout here. And looks like they've made some very tough decisions in this pause, and we're about to get back live into it. So let's see how this goes. So then they've got Tech9, UMP, AKs, a bunch of grenades. They're indeed still up against the AWP of Fallen. This is a very, very scary round for VP.
This is tough, gritty Counter-Strike being done by these players. Snacks moving quickly in. Fur, no fear. Blind pushing through the smoke. Going to get himself 1 kill. 2! That is gross! 3 plays left for Virtus.pro. Again, they went for the force buy in this round. They've got no money, but here come the frags for the Polish side. Man advantage retained for SK. But there's so much time on the clock for Virtus.pro to play with. SK cannot make a mistake. They cannot get outmaneuvered. 1 kill goes the wrong way, and this could spin around. But SK, they've got 2 bomb sites to defend. There's over a minute on the clock, and you can see they're all spread out. So are Virtus.pro.
The classic thing as well about this map that makes it a bit more difficult for VP in this situation is that SK, they can play rotation so much more easily.
Look how much he has to cover. This is so tight. If Fallen looks the wrong way, Bialy with that UMP, he could pull rotation. There's so many things that can happen in the next 45 seconds for both teams. Fallen going back. Oh, I think we may have seen a player. The smoke goes down. It's quite deep. Fallen is not going to overextend, though. It's going to leave him there. That's half the information for SK. Can they find the rest?
30 seconds. The time is starting to play a large part in this one, putting the pressure onto VP. If there wasn't enough pressure on them already, finding Cold, taking him down out the balcony. Important play, setting up the plant now as SK Gaming are forced to respond, but they can take their time. It's a fresh plant. Fallen, though, he's found a position to work off of. There goes Fallen around the corner. What was that? Fallen finds a headshot out of nowhere, and still Taco's left alive, and they seem to know where Pasha is at this point. And there it is. Taco finds him. Pasha goes for the peek. And that is going to be the defuse here. What an incredibly tense situation.
Seacole's dad's well into this. Great to see him at Columbus, and he's here again. Lots of family for SK in the crowd. They've tied up the score. Finally, they are on level. They are on A level with Virtus Pro. But what's not level at the moment is the money. Virtus Pro, they took a gamble. It didn't pay off. You can see the cash. Now the choices have been taken away. They're almost going to have to give up the lead to SK at this point and then fight from behind. Nothing purchased just yet. I'm sure we'll see some pistols at the very least. Maybe discussing an approach, what their objectives are in this round. And surely it has to be getting a bomb plant. See the late buy coming in. Loads of P250s, 2 smokes. They normally use 3 to execute onto the A sites for those desperation plants. Snacks lining up a pop flash for anybody who wants to face B ramp. Very important as well if you have aggressive players who like to hold angles. Good to know this pop flash.
Taco could be in trouble here. He's actually playing a really close position. If they have found that timing where Taco has still got a nade out, he could just get rushed down here. When is he going to throw the Molotov? When are VP going to go for the push in this position? If he goes down, that's a gun and a very fast plant. That is a lot of damage. Oh no, he fluffs the Molotov. What can he do under pressure? That's still 2 on the spray down. That's not too shabby there from Taco, all things considered, but the bomb will go down.
The door was open. Virtus Pro charged in. The bomb's down. Objective achieved, and now it's about damage. 4 players, all full health for SK. Snacks has got himself an M4. Can he make the right decision? No. They're swarming. He'll get taken down. Now Pasha on the flank may try to steal a weapon from SK, but that defuse will come in quickly once they begin. Taking their time. Fox, he's the only one without a defuse kit. Why is he defusing the bomb? There goes Pasha. That defuse will be completed eventually by Fallen. Nice change there. So here we go. SK now in the lead, and you can see the shoulder peek came in at the wrong time. Nia got way too close, had to almost abandon ship. Molotov not deep enough. There was opportunity for Virtus Pro. They got that planted, much needed plant, and that will give Pasha the money from AWP and some grenades.
VP down a round, and it's not been the story until just now. Such a slow climb, such a grind back into this from SK Gaming, sitting on that 1-point lead. And VP, all the pressures on them. Desperately looking for that good start into this series, into this semi-final. Looking to see what they can get done here with the map control. A bit of a default at the moment, nothing too out of characteristic from what you would expect from your average train opening from the T side. Bialy looking perhaps to pressure Ali, and VP still just looking for some information. But SK, they hold very passively.
Virtus Pro cannot lose this round. They can't think of what happens if they do. Just got to focus 1 round at a time. Same for SK. To describe SK, their tournament so far in 1 word, it would be struggle. Every game has been very difficult for them. This one is no different, but they've got a lead. They have a chance to get what could be a surprising game at this point over Virtus Pro. 40 seconds remain. Virtus Pro looking for a 3-way split of the A site. 3 SK players deep. Will they have the communication to handle this? 30 seconds remaining.
Cole's at the ready. He's going to have some of the sound cues here. There's the flash. He has to deal with his position. His teammates have to deal with theirs, but that's not going to happen. VP walk in. It's the plow happening right now. Looks very good for Virtus.pro. Taz swipes away Fur as well, and there is the bomb plot. What on earth do Taco and Fallen do in this position? There's really not much for them to do as far as a retake's concerned. They've just got to hold on to the guns. That was so decisive from Virtus.pro.
Everyone alive for the Polish side. Do they choose to hunt? They know an AWP is in play, but they don't really have money. So there are decisions to be made. They're closing a net on these players, but they look good to survive for the time being. 14-14. This first map starting to go down to the wire. It's been a long journey, and it's only the first map of the series, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ELEAGUE called it. He said it's going to be 2-1 Virtus.pro, but very, very close. Of course, we get to see a VP victory here. That said, going to hold our breath because maybe these guns won't survive. Taco takes down Taz, and there is the trade. Oh, but the AWP is going to stay in the picture. That's very important there. Fallen's going to be able to keep hold of that AWP. Guns will be dropped for his teammates. 14-14. This is going down to the wire, and it's only the first map. Indeed, what a crazy way to start this one.
SK chosen to buy. They've forced it up. They are all in for this round. 2 AWPs for the SK team. Fur's going to be the one on the UMP. Big guns coming out. One of these teams are about to go to game point in the first of this series. Both teams looking for a place in the final where they both feel like they'll belong. All 4 SK players, well, 4 of them, very deep towards A. First come in. Look how far back they're playing from now. Both AWPs are staying on the A site. This won't be easy retake for SK. Virtus.pro are successful here.
And there are the flashes, the counter grenades. Fur, perhaps a bit too slow though. Good entries to allow the site to be taken by the Virtus.pro side, as SK will be able to spill out of the choke point, so they can set this up. It's a 4 versus 4 situation, a retake with AWPs, and those smokes were just put down.
Look at this positioning from the T side. They've got smokes so deep. SK have no map control whatsoever. They left both AWPs on the A site. Now they have to try and retake or maybe save what they have for the coming round. It is abandoned ship from SK. It looked abandoned before Virtus.pro even made their way into B. Game point Virtus.pro in just a few seconds.
The VP, they're not going to allow it to be abandoned ship. They want to kill every single last player, even though they do have to be wary of their own economy here, as they don't have a huge amount of cash. They do have the ability to try to hunt down a couple players. You can see Neo's at that task at the moment, but he won't find anything. SK will escape with their weapons, and we haven't really seen much of the double AWP from SK Gaming, and VP have been so deliberate and so methodical in these sites. It feels like they're like a boa constrictor at the moment. They're slowly crushing all the space, just forcing SK back piece by piece.
Game point. SK, they saved a lot of gear for forcing to the Mag 7. Taz going early towards B, looking for some aggression. He may find some, but there's Snacks looking very hard man to defeat in the duel. Coldzera's got the angle, but nothing doing. Some info for Virtus.pro as to the setup of SK early. We may see Snacks rotate the AWP, or at least the position. Sorry, Coldzera. Again, for going to be shoulder peeking with the Mag 7, looking for some meat shots. Fallen with a very off angle towards Ivy at the moment. Can Virtus.pro take this in normal time? They've looked so dominant for most of this game, but here we are. One round, fine round between these two sides. Virtus.pro creeping through Ivy now, but he's got the angle, but the smoke obscures his vision. Fallen, can he get down before that smoke goes? He can, but the scope, surely they'll hear it from that position. They must hear it.
Will Pass should be able to do it again. We saw it previously. It looks like Nia's going to kick off the proceedings. Fallen knows that the defense is crumbling right now. He has to fall back a little bit. And there is a new position. Oh, you can't miss that shot! Pasha sure will not, and that's going to be Fox with a quick trade, but still, we have VP pressing onto the bomb site there. Fox holding it down so far, leaving Taz alone. The old man of the team, can he bring this one back for VP, or will SK be able to make it to overtime? He's got 3 players to deal with. He's been spotted, his position given away. It's really tough for Taz in this spot. Spotted out by Fox, taking critical damage. The trade comes in, and overtime is the result. Somehow, SK grinded out once again to another overtime. So many we've seen this tournament.
The struggle is absolutely real for SK, and you have to wonder now if they will start to get stronger as time continues. You see the frustration on the faces of Virtus Pro. I have no idea how Fallen missed that shot. He's further away from the angle. He sees Pasha first, but he still can't get the kill. Shows you how tense things are at the moment. Both teams may take a few seconds before this starts. So now both teams have money. 3 rounds aside, everyone starts with $10,000. The unpause has been activated. Virtus Pro will continue on the T side.
This is really amazing for SK, though. I mean, they had a very rough start. They did, okay, win the first pistol round.
Dan. We've got 4 AWPs in the first round of overtime.
Nice.
Are you guys ready for 4 AWPs? Someone's going to be broke at the end of this round.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working out for VP. The AWPs have been doing wonderful work. For SK, it hasn't been as convincing so far. But again, this is a breath of fresh air for them to be able to reset after such a grind. They started off the first half very poorly and it ended up that way. And it was a grind all the way since that point. So let's see if life has been breathed into them with this overtime. Already the picking attempts are coming in with the AWPs. Pasha the first man here, trying to look over the smoke, but will Fallen be ready for this? You can see that he's aware that there's some shenanigans with that smoke. Oh my God, between the two players there, through the smoke, so close, you'll never know. But that was indeed quite a close one.
So we have a common setup that we see when there's an AWP on the CT side, coldzera in connector, holding the high ground for his teammate Taco. That allows him to rotate back and forth better, and Taco can focus with an off angle on the low ground. You can see numerous teams doing that setup, not necessarily a default, but it will go there every so often. SK, they've had problems towards B as well. coldzera's position allows him to get flashed a bit less for a bit shorter. Fallen though, he missed his last shot. He can't miss this one. Again, he's got the advantage, he's closer, but now he's blind. Forced off the corner by the flashbang.
And without a frag as well. Again, VP seemed to be so good at just pushing Fallen back, making him take new angles. Further and further back. He creeps around the side of the trade. Important play from Fer. He's still deep amongst the enemy lines. He will eventually be taken down, but did he do enough damage? Perhaps not. Garley's back in there. And now it is going to rest onto Taco. Onto once. Fallen gets himself 2 in a row, leaving just Neo.
Ooh, it's so tight, but he can't find the angle. Spots it, but Neo, how have you done this? Taco in connector. Does he know where Taco's coming from? He's holding the angle very, very tightly indeed. Taco to crouch pig. It's not good enough. He dinks him down to 8 HP, but Neo survives. Maybe the most iconic man in Counter-Strike, delivering for his side in the first round of overtime. Let's not forget, both these teams bought 2 AWPs in the first round of overtime. That is an all-in play from both sides. Only one will be successful.
All right, so how do you separate these two teams right now? Getting pretty tight, but indeed the double ult will reign true still for Virtus Pro. Fallen still the only, well, now the only AWP for his team. Called back onto the M4. And some early pressure from both sides here with his initial grenades. Again, Train is such a crazy map in the way that it's so hard for the CTs, much like Cobblestone, to play aggressively. Bit of info again here for Taco, but how will he read this? Because again, you can't call it too soon here. You don't want to over-rotate. And little does he know, the entire team is there.
Now they've got the 1 AWP, the CT side, and Fallen is miles away. He could not be further away. And they would love that angle on the high ground. The smoke obscures the vision. It's going to make it really hard for Fox. Forced to just spray at random. Taco on the low ground. Finally, the kill starting to come in for the CT side. Lovely 180 from him. That's exactly what they need. If they lose this round of CTs, they've got no money at all. It's 5 versus 1. This could be perfect for SK if they can win this without losing a single player. There's Taco trying to do more, and he will. 3K for him. I have no idea how that happened. They've had so much trouble on B. Yeah, again, if Virtus Pro win that round, the next round's free because there's no cash.
Yeah, really sick defense here from Taco. Like, the frags initially came very slowly, but once he got that first one, the 180 proved successful. Great stuff from Taco. That's a really pressure situation. So he knows if he gets nothing there, that his team is likely very screwed. So 16-16, tying things up here once again between these two teams. Overtime 1. Now, a Tech 9 onto Pasha. The rest of the teammates look pretty good, but there's no AWP. So we'll see perhaps a different pace from Virtus Pro to try to accommodate that fact. And indeed, going quite quickly into the A-bomb site with the smokes.
Snacks, he is in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by smoke grenades and third. Almost back-to-back at the moment, dancing through the blindness, but it's Snacks to go down. Very cheeky stuff indeed, not going to work out for him though. That disables Virtus Pro yet more. Pasha just on a Tech 9 at the moment. Look at this. This is variance being begged for. There's the bomb. There's a push from Virtus Pro. Fallen delivering as well. There's Cold Zero. It's Neo alone. SK surely are going to take a lead going into the second half. Can you imagine if VP lose this? What that means for them psychologically going into the rest of the series?
Absolutely crazy stuff here. A lot to be discussed for both teams. And also when you get into overtime territory, in regular time, it's like, okay, you can run all these different strategies, and then you have some success rate with this and that, and then eventually you get to the overtimes. You've run that T side so many times, you've run those CT setups so many times, it starts to blur all together, and it's hard to actually make the calls. It becomes like just crazy as far as the mind games between the two leaders of the teams. And SK Gaming, they know they're in a good position, but VP, much like SK, they're just a team that don't tend to crack under pressure in these kinds of spots. They're so experienced.
SK, this is a side they struggled on so much. Both teams now starting with one sniper. And again, we're back in the zone of slow plays from SK. Looking to take upper B quickly, it seems, but the flashbang was perfect. Smoke there as well. So they will slow right down and make sure Virtus Pro aren't pushing too much. Snacks, he's been iconic with the AWP in this game so far.
And they know exactly as well that VP like to run this setup. They encountered it, they saw the problems that they had in regular time. And so with all that experience, especially with having a lead now as well, I think with Fallen being a bit more warm, we might see some more aggressive plays from him taking more liberties on the map, because we didn't see him really have any success with the AWP as far as picking goes. When it came to that regular time, they were dominated by Snacks in that sense. So at this pace, they are really starting to waste all the utility of Virtus Pro. But VP will try to hold on to as much as they can. They know what SK are trying to do here. And we did see incredibly slow paces initially from SK. Didn't work out in regular time. Let's see if it changes here.
Yeah, SK right now, a car with no wheels. Not much movement being done. But things may start to speed up further. He's above Pop Dog with the bomb. Where is he headed? 31 seconds. SK throwing signals out. Not sure if they're real or fake though, Virtus Pro. But look at these forward positions. Barley looks away at the wrong time. First kill from Taco. Are they moving towards game point? The bomb's going down. They've gone for the standard. Oh, get your camera down. No, it's been denied. The bomb's down, however. There's still a man advantage for SK. Fur close to the bomb, deploying some Molotovs. Neo charging through. Has he seen him? Two-man push from the CTs, but where are the Ts? They have no idea. It's down to the 3 versus 3. Fur's been picked off. Continuing to tick. Taz in no man's land gets the kill. No trade by the Ts. Fallen in an awkward position. I think the bomb's being defused, and can they get there in time? They can't! Virtus Pro have stolen the round away!
They're going to get the kills in the end, but that's going to be bittersweet for them, as they were not in time indeed for that prevention of the defusal. Oh my God, Pasha, what are you? Oh my God.
I respect it. I respect it, Dan.
Can you do anything less than respect that?
I absolutely respect it.
You need pretty big balls to go for a play like that. Pasha is crazy. 17-17.
To do that when you are almost facing match point, absolutely banana stuff. I absolutely love it. A fast play from SK now into the A site. The bomb will slowly emerge from the pop. Snacks' lines, though, are very strong indeed. Nice flashbang as well. Timely one. SK, he needs to cross to the site. Fox picked off. Snacks is still holding his line. Everybody's blind at the moment. The frag zone are going the way of Virtus Pro. They are fighting back. Got people dancing on the ladders. Everything slows. Oh, Barley from out of nowhere gets taken down. Taz playing with a gap on the smoke, but nobody will offer themselves up to him. And now it comes down to the AWPs. Where are the AWPs? Ding dong, Fallen getting taken down. Neo holding his ground on the high ground. And it's Taco, he needs a clutch. He's got over a minute, he's got the bomb, he's got time. Can he get into position though? Taz is very close. And now he's been spotted. Gonna make his rotation, but it was the wrong one. Game point, Virtus Pro.
So here we have another very slow round, even though they were pushing into the A side. Taking it very, very slow, angle by angle. VP still so confident, SK still so confident. Who will break first? SK, they still have a good chunk of cash behind them to get a solid buy into this one, into this last round. Can they tie it up here against Virtus Pro? Just the one AWP to fall in once again.
I can't believe he went for the knife there. I can't believe he went for the knife.
Again, just getting the early map presence. You often have to try to make sure that you have presence all over the map early on, just to keep your opponents honest and to prevent them from taking away some early map control from you, which allows them to then deduce exactly how your setup's going to be on the offense. So SK Gaming just making sure that VP don't get too confident in that sense. And VP once again just going for the tried and tested setup we've seen so often from them. Although that said, Bjarni is creeping quite far into the pop dog position, further away from the pack now. Somewhat isolated, will need good support here from his teammates. Should have rushed down a Kerr, and SK Gaming perhaps looking for that A rush.
Taz and Pasha deep into B. No one holding angles from connector at the moment. The smokes go down, try to thwart the timing of the SK side. But again, SK, they're playing the clock down until the clock almost ticks no more. Neo, this could be perfect timing. Unbelievable stuff. That is game sense, that is experience. Is it enough though to take the game here? Snacks holding an angle around Pop Dog. Surely someone is going to be sacrificed. Forced to more passive angles, 25 seconds left. Virtus Pro want the numbers while they force SK to plant the bomb. The numbers being thinned out now. It's Code 0 versus 4. It's Virtus Pro versus none, 19-17. The first game finally goes the way of the Poles.
Yeah, that's definitely a very big deal to them after having such a decisive first half. Despite losing the pistol, their CT side looked indomitable, but SK found a way back. Through all of that, through all of those demoralizing situations, they found a way back. Just as it's very likely they can do at any point in this series. That is quite a way to start this one off.
Yeah, that's a very gritty fight by SK when they looked like they were going to get absolutely dominated by Virtus Pro. We definitely have a game on our hands. We'll see the thoughts of the desk on that first map after this break.
Welcome back to Atlanta. We're here at the E-League Major in the Fox Theater. And I'll tell you, we have seen an absolute amazing game of Counter-Strike. This is why it's one of the best matchups right now in the world. Every time these two teams meet, it's electric. Just incredible stuff. So let's try and encapsulate what we saw there. Again, I'll start with you, Duncan, here. I mean, Virtus.pro, they played a very different train game to what we usually know them for. Usually, they get a lot of the work done on the T side. Hugely impressed with our CT side here, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to play against SK Gaming, you've got to know train can be coming. And obviously, the last times they played, they were getting spanked on this map. I mean, this is SK Gaming's map. Obviously, SK Gaming have really made this map famous in this era. But remember, before that, it was VP's map pick. That's the map they always went to as their home. So SK took it away from them for a while. VP's obviously been studying that. And they came in here with, I mean, they essentially won the game when you talk about regulation and overtime on the CT side.
Yeah, and you also have to remember SK won both pistol rounds in this, so I mean this could have been a decently sized win for Virtus.pro if they had just won a pistol round, because obviously it goes into overtime. I mean, those are such crucial rounds to get, as we know, and especially on a map that can be so CT sided at times. But really, Taz again, I think on the CT side showed a great masterclass, and I think the other thing when you look at their defense on the outer bomb site, this kind of a setup right here, Snacks on the bomb train, so much trust Bialy has, not even moving, just staying there, and just, you know, Snacks is going to, he just knows Snacks has got his back, and he can just watch the other angles. That's beautiful teamwork going on. Switch over to the T side on Virtus.pro. I thought they were more explosive than I'd seen them in the past on the T side of train. It wasn't as much slow rounds. It wasn't like we saw the double op earlier in the tournament with them on the T side of train. Didn't really see that too much. I mean, they were very aggressive.
It's one round, they got absolutely smashed trying to take B with 2 ops, you know, and they didn't land some smokes, which have been really well coordinated. One thing that really stood out for me was what they were doing on CT. I don't know if this was something they had done to kind of cater to SK. Maybe you guys can fill me in on this. But I noticed Neo was playing Ivy, and he was playing very passive. You know, you saw the score. He had like 4 kills when everyone else was in double figures because he didn't have a lot to do. What he was doing was he was giving them Ivy. He was just kind of using his utility. They'd waste a bunch of utility, and then they were all just waiting for them, you know, in these like very passive positions. I don't think I've seen that kind of CT style from Virtus.pro before.
Well, I think he mentioned it as well in an interview with Smix back in the group stages at the studio, that he wanted to, you know, at the time that match they had played Pasha towards Ivy, and he had said we wanted Pasha there because we wanted to have a little bit more of an impact on Ivy, so they didn't feel like they were doing. So he said it felt like they were doing something wrong with someone who can't make an impact, can't make plays. But even so, when we got into overtime, I mean, you saw the round he pushes up and he plays with the edge of the smoke. So I mean, he's finding his own ways to make plays in that area.
Yeah, and this is where I bring you in, Duncan, because I thought this was one of the sort of quintessential Neo games. I mean, so many rounds that he won, a ridiculous 1v2 clutch where he still had to plant the bomb. He's doing this against SK Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the key thing there was he won all the clutches of game sense alone. Like, if you saw his POV, aside from like the burst he had on Fallen in the 1v2, none of them were really crazy shots. You know, it wasn't like a Forest clip where you see him just like tapping heads and incredible 180s and stuff. It's just he always had his positioning, his crosshair where he needed to be, and he was never caught moving or having to panic spray. Somehow he just knew exactly where they were going to be. And obviously there's like a ridiculous clip where he just walks up, kills a guy in a smoke where there's been no sound whatsoever. So yeah, for some reason he just tuned into the frequency at the end of the game there. I have to say as well, one guy you have to give a shout out to is this guy here. Yeah. I don't know what has happened to Pasha, but some of the picks he was taking onto Fallen with the AWP were ridiculous. Like the one where he was just, and the key thing is Fallen actually, because he has such a fast firing style, always takes those little gap crack shots where the idea is if he misses, he just gets away and you probably clip his arm. So Pasha essentially has to just peek, almost pre-firing with an AWP to get those kills, and he did it a couple of times.
Yeah, and this is the key thing. I think, look, gotta say, nobody on the server really had a weak game or an underperformance. The margins for error here were so slim, Jason. I mean, you know, you can really feel sorry for SK Gaming, you know, in a way.
I mean, an incredible job fighting back from them. I mean, obviously they're going to have all the confidence in the world just being the team they are and being trained and feeling very comfortable on this map. But, I mean, for this effort he's put in throughout this event, is still incredible that he's able to do this, especially considering, I mean, we've talked enough about shuffling roles on this team, but especially considering the fact that he just spent the entire year as like second fiddle to Cole. The way he's able to just step in and they say, all right, this tournament, we really need something extra out of you. We really need something special. And the way he did it as well, I mean, I know you guys are going to love this one. Fox, pretty good game, not bad.
No, here's the thing. I mean, I will say this. On the broadcast, you know me, I'll always admit, I thought he was poor early. I thought he was very poor when he first came into SK Gaming. I don't know if this is what Fox has needed kind of in his CSGO career, because he's always been very underwhelming despite being a veteran player. You work under Fallen, you work in that SK Gaming system. I think if you've got a brain, you will improve, you know?
Well, we talked about this in the green room during the match with Fifth Laren, actually, and, you know, talked about how Fox, you know, even when he was on FaZe, Train was always a map where he had impact, even despite his struggles in some other maps. So Train has always been a pretty decent map for him individually.
Sure, historically, but I think you can see how Fox is like
he's starting to get comfortable.
Like a Pokemon, right? Like before our eyes.
The thing is, though, what I want to know is how Virtus Pro is still doing this. This is like the team.
You can see they're up for it, boys. They are.
It helps that they have the whole crowd behind them.
No, but Virtus Pro is like the team. They're like the gang in the Hollywood movie, right? That have one last job they have to do. Yeah. Promise the last job is winning the second major, so they're just never splitting up, apparently.
Well, look, who's to say it can't happen? Who's to say it can't happen? I mean, look, so where do we go from here? You know, Virtus Pro are going to be feeling good, but it was still an incredibly close game. I think
you put V. I mean, the tough part is obviously the next map being Cabo. We'll talk about that in a second. But I think the focus has got to be. You think this Train, they win one pistol round here, and this match is over in regulation. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because both teams win the same amount of gun rounds on their T sides.
Yeah, and Duncan again, sort of similar question. You know, I mean, you can never count either of these teams out.
No, but the thing is, the one that I actually feel is on the back foot is SK now. Not just psychologically because they lost their map pick, but the fact that Virtus Pro, even in this rivalry, that was the map Virtus Pro was winning a lot. They were winning Cobblestone pretty much every time it came up, and that was the map that actually became the new home map of Virtus Pro. And so the difference is, Virtus Pro, they've got their lineup on it still, they've got their strong players. We know Snacks is fantastic on it. SK, there's still a lot of question marks. We haven't really seen them play Cobblestone. How is Fox going to fit into that system? It was always a map that it was never their strongest anyway with the full lineup.
Sure.
They just had it in their map pool when they were at their strongest. So I feel like there's all the pressure is on the SK Gaming.
And I suppose, you know, just before we do go to break, I will set it up. You know, Cobblestone coming. Duncan makes the point. He's right. SK Gaming, they've had some notable wins, of course, in their illustrious history on Cobblestone. But right now, where is it? And we haven't seen kind of Fox fit into it yet at this major. So,
well, I mean, the benefit is that they have a Cobblestone match that they can watch from just last night and see, you know, that they probably looked into during the break that they had before the semifinal. Hopefully, notice some tendencies. Now, it is going to be a little bit tough because obviously with North, I mean, part of the reason why they had such a good cobble against VP was Magis just going insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where they can look, and I mean, VP's cobble on the CT side, like that's where they made their comeback. They usually don't have a great CT side, so it's not like I'm not sure that VP can actually rely on that. I think this cobble is going to be a little bit closer than we're thinking.
Yeah, well, maybe Magic's Point might be the MVP for SK Gaming if they've had all those extra rounds to anti-strat Virtus Pro.
Just repeat all of his movements.
Indeed. Thanks for your thoughts, gentlemen. We are going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we are going to get into Cobblestone between Virtus Pro and SK Gaming. Make sure you join us. So welcome back. We are partway through the series between Virtus Pro and SK Gaming. We have a liftoff. The capacity crowd here have been loving it. So much noise, so much going on, and the players are about to get ready. So Duncan, I'm going to come to you first. Obviously, we talked a little bit about Cobblestone before the break. Virtus Pro going to do this in 2?
I think so. I think their terrorist side play, we didn't have to see that much of it on train, but I think this is where it's going to shine. And this is the map where there's so many areas. The reason why Nip used to be so good at Get Right can sneak around, I think this is a classic map for Snacks as well. I think Virtus Pro will get it done. Yeah,
and Jason, your thoughts and reaction, you know, when this veto came out, we initially thought maybe SK Gaming had got the advantage here. And it turns out it's actually been a very potentially good veto for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely gonna be happy with this. I think this is a map they're very knowledgeable on, and I wouldn't put too much into that game that they played yesterday against North. Those kind of halves and those kind of comebacks just are outliers in my opinion. But still, I think that there's got to be something from that you look at it and you say, VP can get exposed a little bit on this map. Sometimes maybe they don't have all the answers. Now, they're going to have a great mentality. I think their post-game interview yesterday after that match was very, very good. I'm still going to take them to win this, but I just think it's going to be a little bit closer. I think with the way Fur's playing, Fallen, despite being out by Pasha, has been playing well. But they're going to need someone. They're going to need someone like Cold if they want to get pushed over towards 16 on this map.
Sure, and Duncan, a little bit of history. This is your forte. The players are still waiting to live up. Now, the last time these guys met was an ancient history. You can see it was in Epicenter Moscow, and Virtus Pro, from coming back from an absolute hammering, they were able to beat SK Gaming. And this was an SK Gaming with a full-strength lineup.
Yeah, and there was no one wanted to play VP on Cobble at the time. They just really had the map locked down. This was back when Snacks had fully gotten back to that superstar level we've seen now. In some senses, I think they're more dangerous. I mean, that last game there, who even played bad on Virtus Pro? Admittedly, SK had a fantastic game themselves to push them to that limit, but at the moment, it almost feels like if there was a chance for VP to lose in this tournament, North should have got it done already after that first half in the third map, you know.
Yeah.
Now VP's awoken and they're in full form.
Yeah, well, with that in mind as well, you know, we talked a little bit earlier when we were watching the Astralis game about Device possibly being the best player here at the Major. I think the second name you would probably bring up, Snacks?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty fair to say. I'm trying to think, rack my brain who's had a good event as well, but I mean, yeah, I don't think you can argue against that. I know there's not a lot of players here. Listen,
curveballs with Richard Lewis.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah,
I mean he's had a ridiculous event, especially because I mean he's just that kind of a player as well. He's definitely one of those players you notice when he's having a good game. You know, there are the guys like Crims, for instance. Sometimes when he has those kinds of good games, you don't really notice it until the scoreboard comes up on the screen, and then all of a sudden you see him with 30 kills.
You remember the Snacks flick?
Yes, sure, yeah, why not?
Shout out to Reddit.
What do you think about how Snacks has played at this tournament, Duncan?
I think it's very, very good. Yeah, the key thing for me about Snacks is there are some players, and I have to say, in the past, maybe Device was guilty of this. They could have a fantastic game themselves, and you'd say, oh, it's not your fault you lost the game, mate. You know, you played really, really great. The difference is Snacks is one of those players where the team is molded around him so much. If he has a really great game and he wins those clutch rounds, it feels like VP doesn't lose the game, you know. So I think he's almost got this talismanic quality to him in that sense as well, where they rely on him almost to have these ridiculous stats. I mean, remember in the group stage when we had that game where they were, I'm trying to think who they were beating actually. It was on Cobblestone.
Yeah.
It was Optic, yes, and they won that very close game. And then you were saying like, oh, if it wasn't for a few of these clutch rounds, you know, ridiculous rounds, Optic would have won it. And it's like, you're right, but
they happen frequently.
That's a long line of people who have that sob story. Oh, I was so close, but Snacks just won like a 1v3. Yeah. Sorry, who was that? All of you. Okay.
Take a number.
Right, so 30 seconds. Final predictions.
Virtus Pro wins 2-0.
Virtus Pro 2-0.
Cover.
One big advantage they have is obvious on train. Neo came alive in the clutch situation in overtime, and that's when the big time players show. I'm going to keep it with Virtus Pro as well.
Excellent stuff. Always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
Always.
It's always a pleasure to hear from our commentators, James Bardolph and DDK.
Thank you very much, Richard. Cobblers, Dan, a map that Virtus Pro have loved in every iteration, even when it was brand new and very different to how it was now. Trying to avoid that, but yes.
You can say it.
Is there a way for SK back into this match?
Absolutely. I mean, SK, the thing is that you can never deny the experience that they have, and they're a team that can very easily change things up. I mean, there's a lot of teams that can be set in their ways. They can have an opponent where the stylistic matchup is quite difficult for them. But again, Fallen's a very good leader. All of the people that play under Fallen develop this idea, this ethos, the way that he thinks about the game, and it enables them a great amount of ability when it comes to playing dynamically and adapting to teams and whatever they throw at them. And Cobblestone is a classic map. It's a map that has been stated has been always very good for VP. So this is the tallest of tests. If Virtus Pro want to get through to the finals and make history, it's been a long time. It's got to be here on Cobblestone.
It's not enough noise. Atlanta make some noise in this bitch! Much better. Let's see if Virtus Pro can take this 2-0 or if SK are going to have a fighting chance. Fallen's pushed all the way on his own. Not going to work out for him though. Isolated. Virtus Pro winning in the numbers. And they haven't committed to anything just yet. A minute 20 seconds on the clock for the Polish side. They can do whatever they want that.
Absolutely. They have all the options right now. And SK, we can see that they spread very, very thin at the moment. The defense is to a site with 2 players on the middle part, then around connector that can rotate quickly. But Taz in particular is very susceptible to being, or Foxtrot is very susceptible to being taken down. And Cold gets a pop. That's 2. There's still more players to go. He's still standing somehow, and Reinforcements is on his way. Smoked off, and he will finally be taken down, but not before doing critical damage to the remainder of Virtus Pro.
The bomb is rotating behind him. He has no idea, but he gets the kill. Spots Barley, spots the bomb. Where is Neo? Both heavily tagged Virtus Pro players. Barley trying to get away, trying to get to the side. He can't do it. 35 seconds left. It's Neo on his own. It's the first man you think of, but Virtus Pro. He's got a lot to do. 30 seconds to do it. He's got the USP. He has the same range as the CTs. The double peek comes in. Great timing from SK. Taco to get the kill. That is a very crucial start to their CT side.
Cold just going for it there. Absolutely very critical indeed. It's always nice, always feels comfortable when you can get the utility going straight away on the CT side. You sure do need a lot of it, and that's what SK are prioritizing here. They're going for a pretty UMP dominant buy, which allows them all the grenades in the world, pretty much, except for Taco, who's gone for the M4. They have to have some level of resilience here, because force buys, especially in the hand of Virtus Pro, is very, very dangerous. And already, first going to spot the Mastiffs here.
Oh, he's waited too long! He's lost his M4 already. The numbers will try to collect that or hunt down the other player. That's Fallen running away, 55 HP. Again, this is a force buy. These players have armor. That M4 becomes very dangerous indeed. 1 man down per side. SK not going to be forced back too far away from A. In fact, Cold's gone on a fact-finding mission. So they will know that Virtus Pro, not on the low ground at the very least. They're not rotating players towards B though. They don't have all the information. They don't know that upper A is also clear. If so, we might see 3, maybe even 4 players towards B. Virtus Pro, with what may seem like all the time in the world, especially after the previous map, waiting, expecting a flank.
There's Taz looking for that first man. Very tense at this range. He could go down in 1 shot from many weapons. The UMPs are very deadly, those close ranges, and that is what SK are counting on already. Fox gets it going there, takes down Bialy. The bomb is spotted as well. Taz with the jumping spray. Oh, the wallbang comes in, but still there's 2 players left, and Snacks with 3 HP will mean that this is very, very tough still for VP.
29 seconds. There's time for this duel, but not loads of time. M4 so important for Taz running out of bullets. So 2 bullets, 1 bullet, time to reload. In the meantime, there are trades. The next bullet basically wins at this point, but again, the clock is against Taz. He's running around, he's got to collect the bomb. While he runs, coldzera will hear him. That failed jump will waste some time. coldzera holding the angle, just about working out. He hit him with a bullet as well, Taz. Maybe in the legs, 5 HP left. You see the frustration with Taz slamming the table. Not the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, but we have to, we have to consider there that the damage was actually pretty significant to SK. They lost pretty much every player apart from 1. That is certainly going to hurt. It's going to sting, but VP, they can't put the pressure on. They can't really capitalize on it just yet because, of course, they're down to $2,000. They need a save before they can get the pressure in and really start to hurt SK.
Taz, you see that winning mentality. Doing damage is not enough. He wants every single round. 2 formidable opponents with the utmost respect for each other. Oh, we've got a very aggressive start in this round from the CT side. A flying Fox gets the first kill. 2-man spray down as well from Taco. Virtus Pro getting wiped out. No chance of a bomb plant. Neo forced to face the range of B Plateau where the bomb lies at the moment. Very solid 3rd round from SK. Losing the pistol on the CT side can be a disaster. This is crucial for SK.
Yeah, they have to build that money. They really, really need it. They need all the utility here. The AKs are coming, and because they did indeed lose so many players against the Force Buy, they're going to be encouraged here to try to hold on to these UMPs, perhaps not even to upgrade, just to give themselves a buffer, some room to work with in the future. Is there going to be any upgrades here? Looks like it will still be 3 UMPs for SK. So that's a reflection of damage that Virtus Pro did only 2 rounds ago. Sure, they didn't win the round, but SK are hurting still, and this is VP's chance to capitalize. However, if SK do win this round, if they're able to survive with a good chunk of players, that really does spell problems here for VP. So the pressure really is on. They do have all the utility to work with though, which is a plus.
Initial map control from Virtus Pro. That's an interesting angle for the Molotov from Fox, and I do wonder if they'll follow it up with a smoke grenade. That would isolate anybody in Plateau and allow the CT to take a very aggressive position. Indeed, Fox has gone to an off angle. I'm not sure if there's a smoke there though. Yeah, you can see the shallow smoke from the CT side. So just doing some early harassment to the Virtus Pro team. Don't have all the nades in the world. Taz and Neo going towards the A site while Pasha runs distraction towards B. 2 players spraying through the smoke in B. May take the A players by surprise here.
Yeah, just creeping forwards into the underpass there. Just trying to keep the pressure up and slow the rotation down. Oh, nice support coming in there. That's going to eliminate one head of the 2-headed attack here in towards that B bomb site. And that's going to be just drop zone control by Virtus Pro. Not really all that much to work with. And then they can't even get the frags going here for themselves. It's just Bialy left. Still no damage done. Such important killing here from SK. All the frags. And done with such ease that they only lose a single player. And their economy is already starting to grow. And they had that one shaky round, that one super close round, but it looked like it never happened at this point.
Perfect start for SK. Both teams dangerous at all times. No matter how many rounds SK get on this first half, we can never count out Virtus Pro. If there's one thing we've learned in this tournament so far, I think it would be that. Down to the pistols, some smoke, some flashes, an opportunity for damage from Virtus Pro. Long A, a good place for close quarters engagements when you just have the pistol, the Tech 9s, the P250s. But maybe with some flashbangs over the wall, there's a chance on B as well, a chance to plant the bomb, pick up a rifle. 4 of 5 players for VP over towards B. Neo lurking towards Long A at the moment. He may push at the same time. That might leave SK guessing and delay a rotation.
All right, so nades in. Can VP get out of this one? A nice little perimeter set up behind the, or around the drop zone, sorry. He has got Fox there on one side, although there is a smoke there. He can still hold on to that. He's got good support. His teammates understand what's going on.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Trying to get the boost out here. This is really cool, actually, because, again, SK can't hear this. They don't know how many players there are there necessarily. VP could have tried to trick them, to try to make them think there's way more players there than there actually are, pulling more players around that position as they then switch up towards the A push. So sneaky stuff attempted here by Virtus Pro. SK Gaming not buying into it too heavily, though, still holding a very passive setup across the map.
With Neo not being challenged in A-long for so long, I do wonder if Virtus Pro guess that there's no one in lower A as well, which means they can get close to the site, which means they can play the numbers game. 2 men now trying to cut off the rotation. Fur taken from the back by Snacks. Another push can come in, Fallen on the high ground. He has no idea how many people here. Lovely angle, but being held by him though. 19 seconds left. The bomb, the last one standing on the side, and Fallen doesn't take him down as well. Can Taz get the bomb down, going for the fake? He wants damage. He won't get it. 2 players picked off for SK. No plant for Virtus Pro. But now comes the buy from the poles. Fallen did great work in this position. Look how tight he is to these corners, not exposing himself, trying to avoid allowing Virtus Pro to exploit the numbers game. They've got lots of 1 versus 1s, showing his experience in the game as well. The man who carries Brazil on his back, the pride of a nation.
Quite cool as well to see that Virtus Pro are trying to mess with SK Gaming. They're trying to bait rotations, trying to mess with their setup, and SK are not allowing that. They're just playing more passively and forcing Virtus Pro to just run into those very defensive setups. Working out so far. Let's see if VP can get something on the board here, though. We've got Pasha already looking for a pick potentially. Sometimes we do see those late pushes onto the plateau from the CT side as a way of mixing up some aggression. Speaking of aggression there, Fallen is going to detect a bit of aggression there from Taz, just playing around with that middle position, seeing what he can get positionally, and also just to check, okay, you know, who is standing where? What is the sort of setup we're looking at here for SK?
Cold0 holding an off angle on a drop. That's being harassed by Snacks at the moment. He makes his way in. Cold will hear that. He will hear the second player as well. But you never know. As you saw, you might have seen Nico. Sometimes he's up top and he just jumps. Not jumps down, but just jumps to suggest that he's falling down. Tries to bait somebody to peek. Now 3, and it's Pasha. Going to pick at close angles. How does he get that kill? That is unbelievable. Going for a wallbang just in case. What do SK do with information? They are out of position. Taco taken by surprise. Not taken down, though. But there's Fallen. Could it be the first round for Virtus.pro?
There's Fox on one side and First stuck on the A-bomb site alone. There's no support, there's no help for these players. And Taz is going to put Fer out of his misery, leaving Fox alone. He's got nothing to do here but try to save this AWP. Oh, nice flick onto Snacks to keep himself alive in this position. In fact, he perhaps wants some more damage here. If anyone else is to offer themselves up, Fox isn't going to say no. However, his prime objective is to save that AWP. Neo might make that difficult, though. Will Fox expect this? It's very difficult. A lot of this comes down to timing. Ooh. Very close. A slither of Fox is creeping away as Neo now has the position. And you can see the swarm coming. VP starting to surround this position. They know where he is. Easy frag for Neo. And AWP reclaimed. Nothing given to SK there by VP.
Neo peeking, seeking, and taking away. Fox over $11,000 in the bank will drop the AWP for Fallen in the coming rounds. SK not shy of money for this round, but it quickly disappears when your average buy will be $6,000+. AWPs onto both teams. So Virtus.pro got their first round on the board. Can they get any more than that? Can they get those consecutive rounds? Neo deploying a running smoke as he often does. Virtus.pro have the most stylish smoke deployment that I've seen. Fer is in a very forward position towards long A. Do wonder if there'll be a push later on. Again, both teams liking their slow rounds at the moment. So maybe pushes will be saved for later. Some teams like to get their money in place before the aggression comes in.
It'd be really huge here if VP were able to take away drop zone and perhaps get a frag in that same time, because it would force the players on the A side of the map to fall back quite a lot, because there'll suddenly be just weaknesses in between the two sets of defenders. And VP are playing it very slow and positionally, and it does look like they're trying to get control of drop, but will they get any frags here? But really important that SK don't give away this position, or don't allow it to be given away for free at least, as VP also start to pressure towards the danger area and A. So there's a lot going on here as far as plays to open up this map for the VP side, and it looks like Fallen has a clue as to what's going on here. At the same time, Pasha looking for that opening. This is very tense. Who's going to peek first here?
There's action happening everywhere. Cold's changed his position in the drop zone. Was outside and connected, but now he's rotating. He's going to throw a pop flash for his teammate. That could be absolutely perfect. Fox has a look, not going to see Pasha. Oh, he's got one up in his hand. Got to be careful. Here comes the push, though, through the drop. Which way are Virtus.pro going to go? The bomb's in connector as well. They can go wherever they like. 20 seconds. They've got to succeed. 2 for 1 at the moment. Fox taken down as well. That's an open B bomb site.
Still a flanker alive in Furtho, but without the distraction on the site, it's going to be problematic. Nice pick-off comes in from Fallen there. The wall bang onto Neo. But still a lot more to be done. Pasha knows where he is. Too easy for Pasha, it seems, as Fer has to go for the 1 versus 3. Silenced by Bialy. That will give another round to Virtus.pro. Back in this one, but still a ways to go until they can tie it up.
Yeah, but they've tied up the economy as far as SK are concerned. Fer and Cold above 4K. The rest of them around 2K. Difficulty starts for the CT side. SK and Fer going to spend a bit of cash since they have a lot of extra cash. Cold0, UMP, Kevlar. That's the main thing to talk about here. Again, this time we've got 3 men going aggressive towards long, but again, Virtus.pro starting slow. They know things will be difficult for the SK side. There's no reason for them to overextend. Nice smoke to disable the opportunity for a crossfire in this area. And now SK are out of position. Cold0 looking to go forward, the rest looking to go back. VP, they've got the reins on the site now as well.
Yeah, fast push in, but that 3-man setup could be problematic. It might not be expected here by the Virtus.pro side as they push up. They do spot 1 player up, that's Fer, but there's still 2 more to go. Snacks is going to see Fallen. That's an easy frag for him. More SK Gaming players coming in, but just as quickly as they come, they are dispatched of by VP. And the bomb has been planted as well, so not too much here for Cole to do, trying to get himself out of this position with this AK, but unable to do so. Pasha takes him down. That's another round on the board for Virtus Pro. Of course, SK didn't have much to work with in that one. And it's still, I mean, they don't have the optimal buy, the optimal amount of money to have the AWPs, opting to get a UMP here. So this is going to be another tough one for SK. There's a lot of chances here for Virtus Pro to exert their advantages, to get themselves, in fact, the lead even, as things draw closer and closer here between these two sides.
Double AWPs on the T side for Virtus Pro. Double AWPs on Cobblestone. That is going to be very interesting. For those of you on GoTV or Game Command, I would look at double AWPs for this particular round. We have not picked players yet, but how can you not pick Snacks? I think I have to give in to everyone's protests. For those of you on GoTV, always watch Snacks. That is for sure. One of the two AWPers, Pasha, picking up the second one. But first, I'll have to wait for these smokes to be deployed. Some jump peeking coming in. There's a nice angle towards the end of Plateau. You can see the line there that goes to those stairs. A recent addition to Cobblestone, opening up the map up a little bit more.
We have more map control, more and more map control. This seems to be the theme from VP. They're so good at just slowly just taking all the map control and doing it in a safe way without giving up any openings for SK to get any forward fragging positions. And it's a nice setup we can see there from afar. It often can be very dangerous, but it all depends on the timing of how VP will tend to split that A-bomb site as to how effective it could possibly be. And with Bialy in such a forward position as well, Virtus Pro are ready. The trap has been set up here. It's all about that timing. It's all about whether Bialy can stay alive and get the frags. That's a big one. And now VP can go on the A side of the map as Bialy starts to distract the defense.
Fallen and Fur, they need to deliver. That's a good start. The bomb taken down. There's Pasha as well. That's going to delay the Virtus Pro side. That means rotation. There's a flank coming in from Taco. Even if they start to fall, Taco could save the day. If he can duel with Snacks, indeed knows Fallen's taken down. This round is lost. What does Taz do? Does he go for damage or does he try and save? Neither is going to happen. SK back to winning ways. AWP stolen as well. 4K for Fallen in that particular round. Yeah. Even though SK win the round, drop zone is looking like a difficult position now.
Yeah, I just want to add here that how crazy it is that Fallen just holds that position down by himself. No one able to get the trade there. Perhaps that's due to the fact that they have the double AWPs in that position. It doesn't allow them to be as dynamic as maybe they would be to play quickly in a fast-moving setup to get those trade frags. And that's going to punish them in that situation. In a spot where they really could have put the pressure onto SK, they steal it back away from Virtus Pro. And now Virtus Pro have to stop SK from getting that dominant streak of rounds as their economy starts to build. And already Pasha's looking for that first pick. SK Gaming, though, playing it passively themselves.
I think it's hard to even use one AWP on the T side.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Double AWPs is madness.
Yeah.
Double AWPs is absolute madness. It's too much sugar in your soda drink.
It's also a shame because Bialy in that drop zone position really messes with rotation. So if you have faster moving players, less players with AWPs, then you can really capitalize on the A hit much faster, I think.
For those of you watching Cold Zero, in your POV option of choice, he's changed his position once again, and he has some harassment grenades coming into drop, which will force him out, which means they're denied information. In the meantime, Pasha looking for gaps. Sub 1 minute for Virtus Pro. Half the score of SK at the moment. SK with two players very deep towards A long. Rotation will be long if Virtus Pro can be successful with this push.
And again, it's really cool to see Virtus Pro continuing to just pressure drop because SK Gaming are not showing that they want to really challenge directly. But that said, they're going to jump through the smoke. I don't think they expected that one, Virtus Pro. 3 players left for SK, though, as Virtus start to barrel into the bomb site and getting all the entries along the way. Taz is opening things up there. That's the 3rd one for him. And with that frag, the round is over. SK will be losing this one. A very, very needed round for Virtus Pro to switch things on their head.
3 Polish players is not what you want to see when you turn a corner on Cobblestone. See if Fur can hold on to his gun. The money for SK absolutely sucks. So there's opportunity for VP to tie things up. 6 rounds on the CT side, though, for SK of 9 is a very good start, I would say.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, it's we saw, of course, I mean, that generally with some of the changes to the map, that it has become a little bit easier for the CTs to start taking rounds, but between these two teams, I don't even know. Sometimes when you get to the very high levels of competition, it's the metagame that plays more of a fact than sometimes what you expect from the map as far as the architecture and which side it favors. And with these two teams as well, I think there's a lot of mind games going on at the moment. As we saw in that last round, again, SK, they keep giving up the drop zone, showing no interest. I don't think VP ever expected them to just jump in for the retake as he did in one of those previous rounds.
The drop zone is turning into a morgue for SK versus Pro, jumping into the drop zone with body bags, and they're being filled almost every single time. Mere pistols for SK in this round.
Good start by the Aces.
I felt that one. I felt the base in those grenades. Now SK will move to their doom one by one, but it's an eco round. Not the end of the world.
VP running a smooth anti-eco here. I mean, the grenades really allowed to be a little bit easier, but you have to be careful in rounds like this against level of competition like this. I already saw from Estados previously that they were mixing things up and not doing against some of their opposition what you would expect to be some of the more optimal decisions, just because their opponents know they're going to do that. So you want to mix it up in that sense. And Virtus Pro, this one was pretty easy for them. And it looks like it's going to be completely clean. In fact, just far left for SK to do any damage. And with a USP, that is fairly unlikely.
Literally no damage has been done to any Virtus Pro player in this round. Bodes well for them. And this round would allow them to come back with a bye should they lose the next one. Nothing but pressure coming the way of SK. This Virtus Pro claw one more round back. 5-4 will be the score. So SK, they're floating around $4,000. See what they choose to do. Two players quite low on 3, so if they chose to buy here and they failed, Virtus Pro could exploit that. It might be a double eco from the CT side.
Yeah, it's really a spot where you really want to have those AWPs. I mean, it's so incredibly crucial, especially against a team like Virtus Pro, who have been playing fairly slowly most of the time with these defaults, where there is a lot of opportunity for a player like Fallen to find an angle through danger or through the middle to catch one of these Virtus Pro players as they're trying to challenge these angles. And it also becomes easier to take the A positions if there's no AWP for Virtus Pro. So you need to have that presence to force the respect. And speaking of respect, James, Taz has none of it. Just charging in there in this anti-eco.
Yeah, charging in before the CTs can get into position. And the rest of his team will look to abuse that. Neo was holding the flank, but now he's moving in. All the players moving together, keeping the guns away from SK, trading where necessary, and just using the numbers game to their advantage. So SK will be taken to pieces in this round. But again, it's an eco, the second of 2 for SK. They should have a good bye coming into the next round. We'll wait for Fallen to expire. We'll look to take away what he can. 2,400 for losing that round. Not huge loss bonus just yet, but they've got around 5k plus for SK. Fallen enough for AWP and Kevlar. The rest of the team will go for... Oh, there's a second one. Furs dropped one for Fox. Double ops on the CT side. Somewhat more reasonable there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also pretty cool for a player like Fox to be able to just sit, let's say, towards the B side of the map and just be a turret, essentially. Although you also have to be a pretty clutch turret because you can't really afford to miss shots if the Ts do go for that rush and they come to your position quickly. And Fallen is in a much more dynamic position, potentially.
Look at that angle.
Yep.
If someone manages to flash him before going through those doors, I will be very impressed. In terms of support, Fallen has Fur holding the high ground. And Fallen's angle allows him time to move back, and then if Fur's not spotted, he can become the bait. Fallen can become the bait and Fur can clean up. But it seems Fur might have some action coming his way. It seems sounds have been heard, and now Fallen can bait for his teammate in this position. Flash comes in for the Virtus Pro side. Fur's completely blind. I think he was spotted. Down he goes.
Yeah, Fallen able to hit the first shot, though he knows there's more incoming players. Gets the connection, but not the fatal one. That's a problem now. But VP haven't progressed too quickly. There is still time to get a rotation in, and it's going to be Cold who gets a look in towards the A bomb site for a status update as to what's going on here. And he's going to be left somewhat confused. There's no push onto the bomb site, despite losing both players there. SK Gaming with a lot of questions as to what VP are doing here.
Taco, he hears that drop, and he may say that they probably rotated. Cold starting to move a bit on A, trying to find out what's going on. Grenade from Fox, can he deliver? That's the bomb! And now he needs to buy time for his team. That smoke will be a real big problem. Barley, oh, Taco, he knows Barley was there, but he's caught with a nade in his hand. Fox trades. Pasha, 1 versus 2, 24 seconds. Fox just needs to wait for that bomb to try and get planted. Needs to just wait for Cole to come in. Grenades, again, in the hands of the CT side. The smoke goes down. 13 seconds. He may try to deliver this bomb by the wall. He's going for the kill, but Fox is ready for it. Damage done by Virtus Pro, but SK get another round on the board.
Yeah, great performance from Fox. Again, very, very important not to miss a single shot in a position like that. And Fox was flawless in that round. And that's going to allow SK Gaming to be able to get themselves ahead 7-6. Just 1 round, but I'm curious now if Virtus Pro will make an adjustment, knowing that SK Gaming have got that AWP onto Fox, so they're trying to run this double AWP setup. Is there to be an adjustment for VP's offense? They've got the single AWP themselves in Pasha, and Pasha can be somewhat notorious for going for very aggressive plays and peaks. Very confident always is Pasha. However, it is Taz playing the pressure game towards the A site here in the default of Virtus Pro. And so far, it's going to be, again, a passive setup from SK, less aggressive than the previous round.
Pasha and Snacks, they've been boosted in many rounds towards the B bomb site when they've had an AWP, but not really been served anything. You see the push. These standard flashbangs. Virtus Pro taking map control very early on, but look at the response from Fallen, trying to deny the map control by smoking them straight back, and he's got Fur for support. So a lovely response from SK. VP trying to push the CTs back to the sites and deny them information. Speaking of denial, there goes the AWP for the T side.
Yeah, that's a great pick. Fox winning the 1 versus 1 against Pasha. Absolutely massive stuff there. And SK just trying to play the trickery still, you know, the mind games over towards the A side of the map. That smoke down in the position where it's like, oh, there's no one in, no one in front of this smoke, surely. But indeed, Fur was lurking. But that said, Fur is not going to get action here. Well, at first, because it's drop zone that's under assault. It's plateau that will soon see a Virtus Pro stampede, as it looks to be the B bomb site as the side of choice here for Virtus Pro.
29 seconds on the clock. The flashes come in over the gap in the wall. Cold Zero taken down. Lovely by Snacks. He's tagged though, and there he goes. Taco to trade. No time to upgrade the weapon, but close. Double dink there. Taz taken down. That's the bomb as well. 19 seconds. Taco doing more. Barley versus 4. Can he get any damage on? No. Fallen going to scalp him. Second last round taken by SK. They are racking up the rounds now on their CT side. You see the local support as well. The family of the players.
What a resurgence coming in here from SK. I felt like when we first started this series, we were on train, Virtus Pro looking so dominant. We have this sense, it's SK sure, but they've got to stand in. All the matches have been a struggle. Yet they're looking really good at the moment. They're looking really good, despite it being such a tight matchup. I feel quite confident for SK's chances.
Ooh, I know what that word means. I learned that in primary school, Dan. It's a bad word.
So we have the timeout from Virtus Pro. Bad words aside. I'm sure there's a lot of good words going on there in their comms. Getting the spirits up, getting the camaraderie going, getting everyone on the same page so that they can get this comeback rolling in. Get back into the lead.
Last round of the first half. Virtus Pro buying what they can. 3 rifles, the Mac 10 onto Taz. 4 rifles, in fact. So we'll see where Taz chooses to go. Will it be the drop? Will it be long? Will it be the underpass? Everyone headed towards the B bomb site. Will it be a fast play? They've got the grenades for it. They can wall off. Fox with a cheeky peek and a dirty frag.
That's absolutely brilliant work from Fox. It's so cool to see Fox being given the AWP and showing confidence with it, taking the plays, the aggressive peaks that he knows he has to, and not being scared here. Very important, because he's actually hitting the shots too. Clutch stuff. But where does that leave VP here? They're down a man, and they're in a spot where they've got next to no grenades. They surely have to just try to barrel it into the site and cross their fingers and hope for the best.
Ooh, Fox blind, isolated. 2 players around the tree area. See Taco looking through the smoke, but here comes the push from nowhere. From the drop, Cold, shutting it down. 3K for him. Snacks left versus 4 once again. The bomb is miles away. Fox, does he dare peek? He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be the first engager. Cold's got a dirty angle. And Snacks, it's too much to ask. 9-6, a very strong half from SK.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great first pick off there from Fox. Just really set them up. It put Virtus Pro in such a bad position because already one of the advantages they had going into the B side is the numbers game because they don't have enough utility. they didn't have as much in the way of weaponry as their opponents. It was all about the numbers, and Fox, he dealt with that straight away. I almost wonder if we would have liked to have seen more grenades there from Virtus.pro and a couple Tech-9s, but nevertheless, that's all in the past now. It's a 3-round lead that SK Gaming have won themselves. As we move into that second half, it's all about VP's defense. We've seen great stuff from them on the CT side on this map in the past.
Imagine if they lose the pistol. Imagine if they lose the pistol. They'll be at half the score of SK most of the time. Never know, though. Neo, flash, diffuse kit. Fallen will be the grenade man for his team. 3 men starting in the B bomb site for the CT side, but there is a fast play towards long A from SK. Not sure if Taz has heard it, but he is backing off, keeping that range advantage with the USP, and that's a good start.
Yeah, very nice. Spitting out the numbers again, making the USPs count when they can. And this puts question marks into SK Gaming's kind of play, because initially they wanted to see if they get a fast frag there. If there was a forward man, take him out, and they can play off of that. But it's gone all wrong, so it's off to plan B. And they're spreading out a little bit, just to make sure as well that this wasn't an overreaction from VP, that they weren't going for that heavy push up plat to get a quick flank. Oh dear. The information play is met with cold steel. Bialy taking another player down. This is just getting worse and worse. VP looking very good right now. Just a taco against 4 players from VP, sitting on that A-bomb site, the bomb well and truly under their control. Taco is not long for this world, James.
Great timing, Dan. He's dead. Pistol round won by Virtus.pro. The pistol round they needed, maybe the one they deserved. I'll leave that for you to decide. SK, I see Tech-9s being collected. I see armor being purchased. We have ourselves a force buy. Smoke grenades being collected as well. I'm sure SK have a plan, but will Virtus.pro allow them to execute it? Virtus.pro, who are far better, far stronger equipped, obviously. Taz picking up the M4, as is Pasha. 1 silenced, 1 not. The rest of the team with the UMPs. So we'll see if SK can get close enough to capitalize on the moving accuracy of these Tech-9s. Only falling with the P250.
Straight in there is Fox, not messing around, but Bialy with the spray through the smoke. It means nothing to him. 2 players left for SK, and there is a lot that they need to do. Fallen gets a pick off there, but the bomb is going to cascade down onto the floor. Not much here for that bomb to do, but still damage being done by Fallen. He's not going down without a fight. Inevitably, though, he does go down, and that will be the round for Virtus.pro. Close to evening things up now, just a mere round behind. And with SK, such poor economy, it's expected that they should claim that round.
Very disciplined shooting from Fallen with a P250. He saw a static player and punished him. Did the best he could considering the situation. 1 round behind now are Virtus.pro. If this ties up, do you favor one of these teams at this point?
No.
Marvelous. More pistols for SK. Looks likely we'll see 9-9. Snacks and Taz abusing the doors of grenades. Fallen with a Tech-9, the rest on Glocks. The rest on P shooters. SK is trying to get someone out of position here. Not going to happen though. Virtus.pro, 2 tried and tested.
Yeah, and again, the objective for them here is just to get some damage, and the plan is unrealistic, and they have a buy next round anyway, so getting some pressure onto the economy would go a long way here for SK Gaming. And they're trying to find ways to do that. They are closing the distance somewhat, but Virtus.pro have a great ability to play the ranges, and on a map like Cobblestone, it is somewhat easy to keep to those ranges. You can see on the A side of Cobblestone here, Taz is really far away. Fallen, he's actually found a way around. He's going to get close range engagement. This is ideal. Oh, doesn't find the headshot though. So Taz will survive, and in the meantime, the push towards B has also failed.
For looks, for sees, for dies. 9-9. Time for the business end of this half, the buy round in the second half for both teams. 9 apiece. Snacks is going to be the one AWPing. We've seen it on Pastor as well, but Snacks has been doing great work so far in this series with the AWP. He will be the sole AWPer so far for this round. 5 AKs, but not many grenades coming from SK. Virtus.pro armed to the teeth. Lots of defuse kits as well. initial smoke grenades, and as a T player, you have to fear that grenade because Overpass will often look over the top of it towards the boulder and the cart at the top of this slope Fallen standing on. So you can see he's trying to pre-fire any would-be Overpass. When that smoke is down, you've got to be careful on the CT side as well, because if the T's flash through it, you could be in a lot of trouble.
And in this default, actually, Fauna has the bomb towards A long. Be a little bit careful there, and his teammates are currently pressuring drop zone. So again, the play is much more likely at this point to be deterred from going into A if we get some pressure from Snacks here. If they actually try to go for a take here, they might realize that the setup here is very dangerous. If they lose a couple players there, it's definitely going to be a B play coming in from SK. Fox, though, he could make a difference. He's stuck into a nice angle. The flick comes in from Snacks. Very diligent stuff there. Very thorough search. And he will find.
The rest of SK towards B, starting to move into the drop. Neo may hear this from his position. Barley towards the tree, could be exposed. He's got to be careful. No one's covering his back now. Pasha trying to reposition that smoke. Will just about save him. Moving close again, the flashbangs delaying SK, ruining their timing. Double face going to work out for the Brazilians. Barley still on the tree. Look how slow they're playing this. Cobblestone is a very hard map to push at such late time. The trades are there, 3 versus 3, but SK have to plant the bomb. Neo moving forward. There goes the bomb. There goes Fur as well. There goes coldzera. 3 players survive for Virtus Pro. They take the lead.
Still so much work to be done, but it's funny how we see with these two teams right now that there's so much pressure. No one can really get any money. Once again here, SK without anything really in the bank. We'll see some tech knives coming into play for them to try to get some damage done. Maybe get a plant in to bolster that next round by. And in the meantime, VP going to be working on maintaining their economy as best they can. And I do wonder if we'll see any aggression from Snacks with that AWP of his. At the moment, he's actually in a very passive spot towards the double doors here. So the setup has somewhat changed. VP, they were showing a lot of forward setups. And we'll have to hold that forward, actually, because we have SK trying to get the rush in onto B.
Pasha looking away, expecting flashbangs. There are the flashbangs. Here are some more, but he can't see the players moving around the smoke. One goes through, punished. Lovely play from Pasha. The 3rd kill for him. Neo's got one as well. Fox getting peppered, getting taken down. SK now at maximum loss bonus. That round was somewhat throwaway. They would have liked some damage. Didn't get much going in that respect, but now it was the big buy. 3,400 every time they lose a round.
Welcome to the plow.
There's some other Snacks.
Yeah, sharing bag of headshots. Exclamation mark.
That's great. Back to the match. 2-round lead for Virtus Pro at the moment, but again, now SK have a full buy. All AKs, lots of grenades, but can they get anything done on their T side? That is a giant question mark that faces all 5 players.
VP with all the confidence at the moment. And again, I think almost baiting SK to start they're pushing in towards that ace on the map. But SK have been really, I don't know if it's that perhaps they feel like they're not super confident or don't have the best setups to deal with VP's setups towards A, but in a lot of defaults, okay, you might see drop zone taken, but you often see the terrace side also pressuring the A side of the map to force those players back. We rarely see it actually from SK so far, and speaking of pressure and the drop zone, looks like once again SK look to be trying to get something done here, but also Virtus Pro going very aggressive themselves here. The boost coming in, perfect timing there. Bjarni gets himself a frag. Very tagged up though, but can he get away? Looks like he can. Very nice pick off for Virtus Pro.
Great nades. SK unable to respond. Barley tagged, but it doesn't matter. They have the man advantage, which means crossfires, trade frags, all kinds of goodness. Is he going to creep through the smoke again? Pasha's looking for it. Taco's got to be very careful. They can't afford to lose plays like this. Here comes a flashbang. One spotted. Does he see the one by the tree? Barley out in the open. Then down he goes. There's Neo. When he tries to trade, Fur from the back is falling apart for Virtus Pro.
What to do here for Virtus Pro? The money is not really ideal necessarily to try to take a big risk like this, but if they can get a fast kill, a cheeky one perhaps, then maybe they think about it, but at the same time, it's very, very difficult to get yourself through these choke points, so they are very sensibly going to give this one up and see if they can maybe get any frags if SK Gaming were to try to hunt them down. So it'd be great for SK to really harm that economy, but they're in a kind of a standoff in that sense. They also know that it'd be very hard to break these choke points, which VP are currently holding. So we might see a gentleman's agreement here. Or SK going to go for this. He doesn't have any flashbangs to secure that position with. And Taz has got a really strong position. Will Fallen jump straight out, goes for the jump. Taz, easy frag for him. And Taco, he can't really follow up with the trade. He's so weak.
Going back for more. More you will find. Go back. Oh, there we go.
The greed.
Went to the well one too many times. The well was poisoned. Great timing from Virtus Pro. This is the Virtus Pro of, this is the Virtus Pro on maps like Mirage on their CT side where you're waiting for their pushes until the push actually comes in, and you're always taken by surprise. 11-10. SK have another buy, tons of grenades as well, and we see the second sniper on VP. Smacks and Pasha.
Yeah, no, I do respect the attempt there from Taz actually, because SK Gaming are not in the best place when it comes to keeping the buys going. This is a very important round in that sense. VP could very well take some good momentum towards the end of this map. Obviously, they're already a map up here, so things getting very stressful in that sense for SK. And once again, we see so much early round focus and ultimately end of round focus from SK towards that drop zone position. Very light presence towards A, pretty much the entire T half that they've had, which is very interesting. Once again, Pasha, he's looking for something, and VP definitely realizes that there's been so much traffic here recently. There's someone to find, but who is it? Oh, Taco looking away, forced back out, thinks he has to take the engagement, and that's going to be the end of him. An early advantage for VP's defense.
Isolated and eliminated. 1 minute left for SK to try and get something back. We've still got Snacks and Taz in very forward positions towards long A, so if SK can get something going, but maybe Virtus Pro know it's going to be a slow round despite these Molotovs, so they'll take their risks and then adjust accordingly. Starting to move away from A-Long now as Taz Wabali holds things down, having a better time of things and drop than SK did.
This looks really, really good now for VP. There's almost no, in fact, there's no nades left on the 3 players of SK. They have to go in here. Starting to move down the plateau, but Neo is in the smoke right now, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Pasha, though, picks off Fox, and Neo finally decides it's time to go. Pasha as well, chiming in with another frag onto Fallen, leaving just Cold Zero standing, but perhaps not for too long. Snack spots him on the flank. Cold Zero will be able to survive for the time being. Virtus Pro, however, might try to kill him after time, which would be devastating. There's Taz going for the shoulder of the angle. Straight up peek from Taz. Instant headshot. And SK, they had no presence on the entire map. They put all their eggs in one basket towards B, and it just did not work out for them.
Neo with the dirty tactics emerging once the team start to get into a tiny bit of trouble. SK, their lost bonus sucks. VP with a 2-round lead now, looking to be 3. Why do people do this now? Why do people do this? Too much time. Every time we start commentating, I get tweeted like 50 photoshops, and they're all, unfortunately, with you. Virtus Pro looking to extend their lead to 3. SK have invested. They've spent a lot of money. 3 people have no money. Fox with $2,500. SK committed, they need round wins. Oh, Fox stuck on the wall. Pasha takes him down for free. Is there more for Pasha? He's hungry. He's looking for it. He's spotting players. His team cleaning up though. Barley's taken down now. And there goes Pasha as well. Suddenly, there's a man advantage for SK. What has happened to this round?
This should not be happening right now. There's still a lot of opportunity here for SK to steal this one away. It's mere pistols. They've done so much. They've made magic, but Taz and Snack still to go, holding some good angles here with superior, way superior weapons. AK, AWP, Taz trying to push the issue now, finds the information of where one player is, and also knows where Fer is as well. So all the information, all the advantages playing in VP's hands, and here comes Fer with a timely flank onto Snacks as he repositions, gets the frag through the door, but he himself down to 2, and Taz has the control of the bomb still. It's all in Taz's hands. He's one of the most experienced players in the business. Wow, he's going for a pretty big play here. This is absolutely nuts. All the way around, perhaps, but no.
He looks a bit lost at.
Perhaps he did get lost around Cobblestone. Perhaps he just wanted to have a look at the Dragon Lord tapestry. It's very nice, but it's back to business here. Bomb still on the floor. Fer gets himself an AWP.
Got himself the one-and-done weapon, but he's looking for those close-range headshots. There's the timing. Taz, sharp as a butcher's pencil. Another headshot from him. Age merely a number when it comes to Counter-Strike. He is wrecking fools on Cobblestone. 13 rounds for Virtus Pro. SK took a gamble with that buy. It came close, but ultimately it failed. Taz can feel the crowds.
He's lapping it up.
Rumbling the Fox Theatre. He's got 24 frags at the moment.
Yeah, he's having an excellent game. Pretty decent series overall, and SK on the pistols. Obviously leaving enough in the bank to try to get a good buy in the next round, but what can they do here? They were close last round with pistols. Very fast forward positions. Taco finds himself a headshot, taking out Neo, and with that some problems, but Taz has already asserted himself as the problem solver there. Easily takes down Taco, and the bomb has been dropped as well. At least it's still in the hands of the T's, but they are down 2 members.
Taz only knows headshots at the moment. That's not good for SK.
Oh my god.
There's 1 kill. No rifles collected for SK despite killing 2 players. Taz with a great angle, falling without the health, but that's not the bomb. Where is the bomb? Pasha's pushing. And there it is. coldzera's waiting for him. He's got opportunity now. He's got the split. Does Taz know how close Fur is? Getting peppered, but he aim punches there. Taz will take him down. coldzera's got to run. He's forced by Ali out, but he doesn't see him just yet. He hasn't spotted him, and that makes a difference. 14 rounds for Virtus Pro.
Taz, perhaps one of the oldest players in the game as well, showing that age does not matter. Great performance so far, 14-10. The Virtus Pro is so close, 2 rounds away. Just 2 rounds, that's all they need to book themselves a place in the finals of a major. How long it's been?
SK have got 1 round in this half. 1. That will not do for them. They're fighting for their tournament life. Snacks very deep towards long A with the Mag 7. It's been a very powerful weapon in this major. It's risen up a lot of body bags. SK with a focus towards B for now. Neo and Bayali around the connector area. SK playing it slow. 2 rounds. That's what Virtus Pro needs.
Again, it's just so much focus away from that A bomb site, away towards the B bomb site here for SK. And finally, it's been a while, but they find that first round, or rather the early round advantage. And Pasha, he looks to equalize here. He's got a great position to do so. That flash is going to force him off the angle. He's got to be careful to retake the angle. Oh, there it is. The shoulder comes in. Pasha will miss the shot for now, but how long is he going to stay out here? More flashes can come in. And he looks like he'll finally abandon the angle. SK, they've got 45 seconds left to make the play. They have the man advantage. They're setting up for this B push.
2-man. Oh, I thought they were going to drop, but they weren't. SK running the clock down, but again, this reduces their margin for error. If the bomb carrier goes down in the wrong place, that could close the round out for them. Pasha with a lovely swipe. The push delayed. They don't know if anybody's on the stairs. There are 25 seconds. Neo could take them by surprise. Double P coming in. The trade from coldzera. 2 T's pushing around that plateau. There goes Pasha. A chance now for SK to plant a bomb. But again, Taz's position was important. There he goes as well. Snacks for the Mag 7. Doesn't have any good angles. SK playing it down to the wire. It's so hard to watch.
He might find a gun though. Oh, and a frag. That does the job as well. Here comes Snacks. There's some damage in onto Fallen, but he's quite healthy still here. Snacks needs some good connections, but he can't find those connections. It's Fallen instead, who closes the round down.
In your mind's eye, you see Snacks killing everyone.
It's always possible whenever Snacks is alive on the server. You've got to expect the worst to come your way. Didn't happen this time, but this was a great entry. That is an entry with style there from him.
I almost wonder at this point if SK needs this iteration of SK, this temporary iteration, needs this level of pressure to bring the best out of themselves. Virtus Pro, tactical timeouts at the moment. SK 3 rounds behind.
A lot of support here for VP in the audience. Taking a moment, a pause for thoughts. Oh, here it comes. We love these, don't we, James, the tweets.
Yeah, Virtus Pro, they've been doing that all week.
To be fair, it's been a long time since I saw the Plow tweets, so that's pretty cool. I respect that. We're seeing great performances across the board here from the Virtus Pro players to try to get themselves in that finals. They're so close.
It's levitating, Dan. It's levitating chicken. I can't work in such an environment. Virtus Pro spending some money but they're leaving themselves with the money to head towards a full buy. Bali with over 5K in the bank, so.
So we've got a pretty awkward situation here for VP. They need to stick to those close ranges. However, if they can get an opening frag or two, maybe some weapons can be availed to them as well at the same time. However, SK, they know that VP are in this position and they know how to deal with it. They know how to use the utility, how to make sure that those dangerous positions are dealt with those smoke splashes and molotovs. If they remain focused, it should be fine to deal with this. However, VP, they don't want to rest on their laurels here. Moving forwards is Neo. Get some information. Now Snacks will reposition.
Fallen on his own on the upper A. Needs to be a little bit careful. But again, SK have the numbers game. Death by paper cuts for Virtus Pro. 1 by 1. They start to disappear, but always fear the Snacks. Always. Always, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why it's scary that Fallen's on his own, but already taken down. They know where the last man is. The bomb plant is exposed, and now the ring will be set up. You are surrounded, Snacks. Drop your weapons.
In the early rounds, Snacks is like a landmine. You know, something could just immediately take you down, but you don't know where it is. They did find it without stepping on it. And it looks like he might even be able to survive here. The Mag 7 is so good at close ranges that it's going to be hard for them to find.
I don't think he wants to survive. I think he wants to kill.
It'd be nice to get an upgrade here on the weapons. Again, what can he get out of this? Cold is close. Snacks, has he got any sound cues to work with here? Oh, the distance, that range is not good for him. Couldn't even pull the trigger. Cold, too quick to it. That's going to be the round for SK. 3 or 2 round deficit now. SK slowly climbing it back.
Yeah, we know who's wearing the trousers there.
I mean, every series for SK in this tournament, as you said, it's been a grind. There's no reason to doubt them.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. It's been dragging your lifeless body over the line with blood in your nails. 2 rounds between these two sides. VP back on the buy. Not an amazing buy. Neo of the UMP. No AWP. Can SK continue their unlikely comebacks? Fallen holding some of the angles that we saw from VP, though VP were mostly boosted. Activity from Snacks and Taz towards the A site. Taking their initial positions, trying to get some information. But information for the CT side on Cobblestone always comes with risk. You never know if you're about to walk into a scope.
Get this another round as well, where SK, they don't put any pressure really on the A side of the map. And that's a very typical thing to do in a default on Cobblestone, is to try to pressure both sides of the map. And you can often start the round off with a lot of players towards the A just to clear out the close spaces. Then you can fall back into that drop zone pressure, or have 1 or 2 players doing that all along. But SK often shying away from the A side of the map here against Virtus Pro. However, they are rotating a couple players back there, but they don't really have any info because they did give it up so early in the round. So they only have 45 seconds left. They've got to be very careful to keep a good pace here, because if they slow down too much, I mean, they have a lot of positions to check. They need time to do that.
35 seconds. SK playing the clock game, but again, where something goes wrong, just like this, all spotted. Taz delivering again. He's done his job. Snacks cleaning up, wiping these players off the face of Cobblestone. 4 players alive for VP. Cold alone now. Forced almost to run to his death. 15 seconds on the clock. He's in an impossible situation. And there it is. Match point, Virtus Pro. Wow. 1 game up, 3 rounds up.
Taz is having an absolutely incredible performance right now. He's got 29 kills, 14 deaths. This guy is doing serious work. Getting 2 frags in that position just secures it. That's so sick from Taz. And that's one of the few times SK have decided to go towards the A position, and they managed to get quite close to that position towards the ramp before they were spotted. That's ideal. If you get the fast entry, you can just run over the bomb site. But VP looking too strong right now. The AKs are out for SK, and looks like they're going fast.
Last chance saloon for the SK side. Let's not forget, they did amazing to get this far in the first place. Fallen. Oh, Pasha taken by surprise. Man advantage for SK, not in a position to capitalize on that. Got to be careful of the counter grenades from the CT side as well. They can sit on this for a while, but again, how far will they run that clock down? can be your friend, can also be your enemy.
And this is one of those situations, again, we saw it on Train as well. You're down a man early on the CT side. You're going to put often 3 players on one site and 1 on the other sites. That's what Virtus Pro have opted to do because you don't feel comfortable in playing aggressively for information. So you're playing a slight risk as to how you think your opponent is going to play it. It looks like currently VP have selected the right choice. They're going to hit the shots as well. That's a good trade, but much more is required of VP to hold this B push that's incoming.
They're starting to move, but now slowing down again. And VP, they can hear the sounds. They've got 2 players towards B already, including the AWP of Bayali. He needs to be amazing with it. They're starting to move in, but they're ever so careful, 1 by 1, maybe too careful. Falling to Neo, no response. 35 seconds, there are some grenades. That's the last one thrown now. Can they get the bomb down? Neo's just waiting for it. If he can thwart the plant, who knows what can happen. Fox doesn't see him, but only taken down. No trade. Fox may have won this round for his team. Snax forced away.
Great boost coming in from SK. That seems to have sealed the deal here. Snax is going to be running for the hills. Keep hold of that AWP. SK keeping themselves in this one. Are we going to see more overtimes between these 2 teams? I wouldn't want it any other way. But there is quite a lot of work to be done here for SK. They will be moving only 2 rounds away from that situation. And how are we for the money here? It's not looking amazing for VP.
No. Snax in the tower. Reminds me of Cobblestone back in the day on public servers. Always people in the tower.
Always one guy there. Doesn't care if his team loses a round, just to stay there the entire time.
If you look at the average...
You were that guy, weren't you, James?
If you look at the average rounds, it's probably always because someone in the tower, Cold Zero, no, looking for the damsel. Oh! Snax escapes like a rat through a tiny hole. 2 rounds, SK. You are causing such pain, heartache, and stress to your fans. Done a great job to get this far, all things considered, but how far can you go? The answer still remains to be seen.
It looks like, I mean, again, it's such a struggle for them, and they haven't necessarily discovered a consistent answer. One of the things that definitely helps them here is that Virtus Pro aren't really in a position to take massive risks either, based on how they think SK are playing, because again, SK have left the A side of the map up for grabs so many times in their defaults, and it's fairly uncharacteristic as well. So again, likely going to see more passive play from VP as they just want to allow SK to play as they have been. But if SK can't get those early round advantages, they really desperately struggle.
Tactical timeout from Virtus Pro, soon to elapse. Snax has thrown his pistol to a teammate. Pasha with the Mag 7, spending money where it can be spent. Doing the calculations. AWP onto Snax. He's the key man. I do wonder if he's going to go aggressive, as you would often see in a situation such as this. AWP trying to get an early pick, maybe rotating. Snax deciding what he wants to do. I thought maybe he'd put a smoke down, try and look over it, jump on the box, but he won't do that. And now the AWP's been announced, but the question for SK is, what else lies around the corners of Cobblestone in this round? Will they expect the likes of Mag 7s, 5-7s?
Yeah, it's a situation where maybe you don't want to read too much into it. They have the grenade advantage. They can just use those to try to disable Snax's position with the AWP. And he's lost a teammate as well. Your teammates are really important if you're the sole AWPer. Need those bodies to run out in front as you get those opportunities for shots to keep yourself alive with. And we can see just again a systematic take of the map here from SK, trying to make sure that they set everybody up in place before they trigger the push onto the site to make Snax's life incredibly difficult. And they have so many Molotovs, I have no idea if it's possible for Snax to hold this. It shouldn't be. They have so many Molotovs, so many flashes and smokes, and he has nowhere to run.
Now, SK have been very stoppy-starty, very edgy towards B plateau, and that may give Snax the opportunity he needs to find some picks. And again, the clock game is being played by SK, but they are the ones who need to plant the bomb. Snax, if he's right place, right time. This is really worrying because there are 20 seconds. Look at his position. He's not going to be successful, though. That is a huge frag. Now the bomb can definitely be planted. My nerves are on edge, Dan, the way they're playing right now. It's scary.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy one in the end then for SK. Again, it's good to see how thorough they are. Not making any mistakes, even though they are under so much pressure, but that's a great frag from Pasha. Sneaking in the back there. Extra money made for him, actually. Good kill in the end. We'll see, though, whether VP can actually close this one, because SK, they have a very good chance to go to overtime here. They've got a very strong buy. VP themselves also able to just get enough in there. Taz is going to be left a little bit weaker, I think. I'm not sure if the drop went onto him. We'll have to see in a moment. No, indeed, he's going to be stuck on a FAMAS here. So weapon advantage for SK, and no AWP for VP, and that AWP has definitely been very, very important for them.
It's the last round of normal time, people. You better shout for your team. 3 players moving towards B for the CT side. Fallen playing around that boulder. We spoke about it earlier. He's got to be careful. Lining up for an approach towards long. Versus Pro playing passive on the A site at the moment. Double nades, but nobody there. They will hear the rattle of those high explosives. But no one moving for VP.
Very cool stuff to see such plays. I think it even was a triple nade, in fact. SK really going for that early frag there. We have a slow movement from SK, once again going back to what they've been going to so commonly here. Drop control, abandoning the A side of the map, not pushing it too much, not pressuring it too much, relying on setting up B, getting a man in drop zone or 2, and then hitting the split from Plateau as well to try to crush and split that VP defense on B.
40-second mark versus Pro, banking on it being B. There are 4 CTs here, and SK, they've got 1 flash to get in. This could be a disaster. Taco taken down. They're still playing slow, but they have to go towards B. The numbers game. Everyone's here for Virtus Pro. The flank as well. Snacks could be the one to win this for his side. Neo dancing around, but he picked off. How does one go down? 20 seconds. There's the disaster. It's on the plateau. Everyone's on the low ground. They're being cut down from every direction. It's 3rd versus 3. 15 seconds. The last round is the one VP need. They're going to the final. They've beaten their demon. It's over for SK.
Such a sick performance here from VP to bring this one, but you have to credit SK as well, getting so deep. This run absolutely unreal. They have a stand and they didn't have too much time to work with him as well. And they gave a VP that looks very indomitable.